Ross Thoughts. Our friend Ray Trinley drops in today as well. And, of course, your calls and text and talkbacks all weekend long, all day long, actually. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there, and welcome back.
Thank you. Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon. Who are you?
Comedy alien. Saucy Padgy. I'm Jim. By the way, I'm Jim. It's good to see you.
If you did not win your tournament, you should not be here.
407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Of course, always on social media, easily Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And you can find us online. All the blogs and stuff is at JimColbertLive.com. Back in action. Love being back at work.
Full prescription strength.
And we love having you.
Prescription strength. Love being back. I was super excited. Actually, was supposed to stay another day and came back last evening after the tournament was over to hang out with my wife and have some time. Yeah, I told Deb I went down a day early this year, thinking that it was going to be or up, I should say. Thinking it was going to be kind of cool, and I won't do that again. So
why?
I just 4 days up there.
Did you miss us that much,
I
Jim?
did. I did. Everybody works up there, so like you get up there and you're and like everybody else. I mean, you during the day you do nothing. You play golf and you go back to your room and you hang out and
Miss
wait
your
for
friends.
wait for the bars to open, and then go drink it. So I posted scores from the first 2 days. And showed that I shot 84.76. I play in the second flight of this tournament, by the way, which is 65 years old. This is the 65th Azalea Amateur Tournament. All you amateur players out there who think you're good at the game of golf, I suggest highly you cruise up there and play the 5,900-yard long Donald Ross masterpiece that is Palaca Golf Club.
Which is why it made sense to me when Jack told me that you would most likely be able to catch this tournament on the Golf Channel. Yeah, because it's regional and they need local content. It's
you're
not
such a fish.
PGA.
I watched it.
It wasn't
such a
PGA,
fish.
but wait.
Yeah.
But the TV really does add 10 pounds to it.
Yeah, usually they don't publicize tournaments where dudes are playing in jeans. No, I'm just joking. They don't.
Well, I still fell for it. I was like, wow, well, that makes sense.
So it's actually it's a highly revered amateur tournament, and the reason I play it's just because it's in my hometown and my home course. But it is a very difficult golf course. The greens are extremely small and very fast, and that's how they defend the golf course because it isn't very long. And obviously the scores show. Because 84, even in a day down here, just playing the course I play all the time in Oviedo, Twin Rivers. I mean, I shoot way better than that every time. This golf course is just really hard. If your short game isn't on, you can have a very long day. And with a 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing on and off all day yesterday, it was a tough day. I shot 85 yesterday, which is my worst score of the week. But it turns out the guy leading the tournament who was playing with me shot the same score. So I lost by 1. So I came in second place. I lost by 1. I was playing. And by the way, the guy I was playing with is the nicest guy you ever met in your entire life. He's the sweetest dude.
I wonder what he's saying right now.
He's saying the same thing. We hit it off quite well. Last year we played in the final group together because I had a good year last year, or good enough to make it into the final group and then S the bed. But it was a lot of fun. Again, playing. I don't know about you guys. Some people have this, some people don't. It doesn't make you any better or any less. Competition makes me feel alive. And I get this from friends and family all the time that I get too serious when I compete with anything, whether it be playing poker or can jam or whatever. I just like
can jam.
I like to win. I don't know why. I'm just very competitive. It makes it fun to me.
But not for everybody else.
But not for everybody else, which is a problem. I mean, it is. No, trust me. My wife has told me 1,000 times, like, you're too competitive. It's not fun. You don't make it any fun. I'm like, well, to me, winning's fun. I mean, like, winning's fun. I want to win. I mean, I'm taking the time to do it. I want to win. I do other stuff for fun.
Right.
So anyway, came in second. Very happy. Congratulations, JD. He won again this year, but he got moved up, so I won't have to deal with his ass next year. And it's an amateur tournament, so you get like credit for stuff. You don't get money, but $400.
That's what you won?
Yep, $400.
Well, that's good.
So I'll buy a bunch of gloves and balls. And
Did you get a trophy?
No trophy. But damn it, let me tell you, they give you a flag, like a flag frame that says Florida Azalea Amateur, and it's the year, and man, I want it. I'm telling you, that's coming home with me next year. It's coming home with me next year. Mark the date.
Well, that's because the better golfer won't be playing against you.
That's not true. There's other guys that are good as well.
Oh.
Although we beat the field by a bunch. Not a bunch, but 3.
It's just weird to hear you say that I love competition, and then you celebrated the fact that your rival isn't going to be playing against you next year.
But there are other rivals. There's our group
Could
had
Ross
the most
go and beat
people.
you?
Ross could certainly come up. Oh my God, Ross. You could certainly come up and play. And I could watch you
That
shoot
would be
100
fun.
both
Could we
days.
do the show on location?
Oh,
We could.
God,
Do you
it
have
would be
internet
great.
in Palatka?
Oh my God, they
Why?
have it. They have it. Now it's different. There,
Come
you just,
on, let's do
you
that.
give the message to a bird, and it takes it to the next guy.
I would think you still hear the dial-up sound out in Palatka.
I get
I
fast
want-
internet there. What are you talking about?
I want family to stop by.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Y'all got any greens? That was great. A wonderful group of people. It's fun every year, and I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I heard you did a wonderful job. I appreciate you taking care of it for me.
Lost by one.
Lost by one. But more than anything, I wanted to really tell you guys, I found out that, on my drive home, this is a reset for me, this golf tournament. It doesn't really make any sense to go up there and spend the money I spend to stay where I stay and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense at all because it's just basically me up there. But, man, when I get done and I'm driving home, I feel revitalized and refreshed and ready to just go. I don't know. Do you guys have anything like that you use to, reset your year or any? Because you got to understand, coming out of the holidays into the beginning of the year, and then you have about a 4-month stretch there, which is grinding
Right.
with family and stuff. And I just want to kind of get loose.
I haven't had one of these reset things, but I can say that you've inspired me to come up with one.
You got to do that, man. You got to do that, like a little gambling
good
trip.
idea.
A lot of people do trips to Nashville with friends, or they'll go to Vegas. Matter of fact, 4 or 5 of the guys were leaving from there to play another tournament, and they were going out to Vegas, and it's their 10-day walkabout thing is what they call it.
For Chris, it's a baseball game. Now that
Baseball
the
game.
99-day lockout is over, it's
Oh, yeah.
all right, where are we going to see?
I would think it would be like that for Jack, right? Didn't you go up to New York basically to go watch baseball for a weekend or two?
Well, yeah, I went to a couple games and see family and stuff.
Yes.
And, anytime you get away, the idea is to come back refreshed. And I'm glad that you were able to do that, considering the outcome of the tournament, because Deb definitely had a message for you.
I do not. I
Look at that.
Too much.
Way to go, Deb.
that room.
Way to go,
man,
Deb.
That room.
Way to go,
We need
Deb.
to sage that room.
Ross, you got a reset? You doing?
It's ever since I've been working here, it's that Christmas break.
Yeah.
That Christmas
Yeah.
break.
Oh,
Yeah.
I walk into January going, oh, I'm never going to run out of stories.
Just big stepping in January?
Yeah. And then March and April happens, and then you're like, okay, I'm back in it, but I'm a little bit more comfortable.
I knew women will go on they'll get a group of girls, they'll go on a cruise. Or they'll do something like that, just check out, just go do something nuts, go on a hike part of the Appalachian Trail or something. I had a buddy that did that.
Love that idea.
A buddy did that for 2 weeks. He's like, look, I'm going to walk that. I'm going to walk it for 2 weeks on a vacation. And he walked the Appalachian Trail for about 5 days and then called somebody to come get it. He's like, you can't believe how lonely it is out there. He goes, it just gets to you after a while.
Did you 3-putt?
Every other green. You want to talk more about it?
Yeah.
No, I don't. If I will tell you, the day I shot 76, that's the worst possible score I could have shot. I hit it tee to green as good as you can hit it, but I was an absolute nightmare from 100 yards in. A complete nightmare. My playing partner was like, God dang, man. I mean, how many times can you have 88 yards into a green and miss it and then make bogey nonetheless? I was losing my mind.
So you had it.
So, oh, man, it was just look, it's every single golf story you've ever heard in your life. That you're 84 or should have been 78, but I'll tell you straight up, you can ask any of my playing partners if those scores were the worst scores I could have shot those days, and they would have told you yes by a billion. I mean, I was making a bogey from me to you in regulation, like 3-putting, chipping into that 5 feet. The greens are slick, you can't make anything.
Oh, one shot.
Nate, Jack, I can't see.
You got to look back and think.
Jack,
do you know? Do
I've
you
got
know
no
the
time
shot?
for you.
Do you know the shot?
I can't. Look, I know 100 of them, Jack. 100 of them.
Well, you mean 80, 88.
85 of them.
Even worse.
Told you about that room, man.
Even worse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to talk about it. Look, I could get you a cart and we could go hole to hole and bore the audience completely to death.
What's that,
But I'm not
Dad?
going to do
You're a
that.
loser.
Get out of
No,
here.
I just heard hole to hole.
Get out of here.
Is not very effective.
Bunch of other things happened while I was up there, but one of the interesting things I'll tell you guys a little bit later is I overheard a story being told in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
And it's about a family's kind of, it's not a tradition. What's the word? It's something they do daily. It's
Ritual.
Routine.
a ritual. That's it. A ritual. That's it.
All
It's a
right,
family ritual.
They're like sacrificing something.
It's a 2-level question. I overheard a conversation that was going on that I was not part of with people I did not know, and yet I interjected myself into that.
Oh, that's classic Jimmy.
Oh,
That's
nice.
classic Jimmy.
I was like, is it? I'm like, let's open this door. And walk right in.
Hey, I'm Jim,
Now-
but you probably already know that.
It turned out okay because they told me the story. It was fine, but I did get one guy in the group as a side-eyeing me a little bit, like, what are you doing? Listening to our
Right,
conversation.
exactly.
I'm like, well, you were right behind me talking it like I'm trying to be heard over the TV level. And so I heard it, interjected myself. So I'm going to ask a question about that. But this situation with this family is I've never heard it. I mean, it's not like crazy. It's just kind of interesting. And I bet other families have like little rituals they do that are equally as entertaining and weird.
We'll find out.
I had a human story of, and I think it actually maybe my redemption, because the more I thought about it, the more I was like, well, is this good on me or good on them? It happened at Walmart.
Oh.
All right, I had to go get Walmart. I had to go get some. Had to shop at Walmart, and I think it's one of the biggest ones in the entire state of Florida, by the way, as you might imagine.
The pride of Palatka.
I honestly, it takes you.
Takes
if
your breath away, Jimmy?
If you were to walk from one corner to another corner across the store diagonally, that's a solid 12-minute walk. I wish I was joking. Like, it feels like a solid 12-minute walk. It's probably more like 4,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't even be that.
A Walmart in Palatka, that's the only Walmart government building.
Yeah, oh yeah.
that exists.
Straight up, I told you before, their lawn and garden center there used to have a house band when they first built it. They didn't have like hoedowns on Saturdays out there.
And you're sure they have internet, right?
Yeah, they do.
We got to get you a W though.
All right, 407-916-1041.
Or you're saying you're not going to play?
No,
this year?
I'm telling
I'm
you,
talking to Ross.
I'm taking it down next year without question. That's a challenge to everybody who listens from up there. I'm taking it down next year.
Oh, boy.
Mark my words. What's the day?
The 21st of March,
21st of March.
2022.
Somebody write it down in stone.
It has been
I got my
declared.
stone.
All right.
Hey Jack, what does Jim's chili cook-off and Jim's golf tournament have
Oh
in
my
common?
Jesus!
You're a loser.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Deb, for chiming in.
Don't you try and drag me into this mess with you guys.
Plus,
Not
we
my
have
voice.
we have a ton of stuff to talk about today. So, Deb, what's coming up for news?
The Chinese president is shocked by a plane crash.
Ugh.
Florida's governor, approves $800 million for teacher pay, both new and veteran teachers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I figured that math out, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And finally, there's an app for that. We'll talk about what that is and more next in Woke News.
App Life player. I got the hat. App Life. I got the plat. I'm telling you,
You
that's,
don't want this one.
okay. I'll move on then. All right.
Do they have an app to let you shave
Yeah.
your golf game
Oh,
by
man.
one stroke?
I need that one-shot loss App Life.
If you wear an App Life hat, everyone's gonna be like, the guy likes loaded potato skins.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
You're a loser.
Sure, you could call your family, but then they'll start calling you all the time. Instead, just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Delays continue eastbound on I-4 coming in from Polk County from U.S. Highway 27 up to 429. It's heavy, too, between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound delays continue between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Authorities still working to clear an accident, slowing things down westbound on the beach line between 417 and Narcoossee Road, taking up the right lane. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Domino's. Order carryout online and choose Domino's Carside Delivery. With the 2-minute guarantee, Domino's will head to your car less than 2 minutes after you check in and your order is ready, or your next pizza's free. Online orders only. For details and restrictions, visit Domino's2minuteguarantee.com.
And it's the new year, and finally time to free yourself from glasses and contacts. Do that with the help of the Filatowski Eye Institute. All you have to do is text 1041 to the number 868686. Schedule that consultation. Get started on a path to better their vision today. And remember, the Filatowski Eye Institute, one of the leaders in vision correction surgery here in Central Florida. And if money's a concern, don't worry there either. They got you covered. 24-month interest-free financing is available. So take that next step to clearer and crisper vision today. Simply text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that consultation today.
Celebrate the music you loved listening to all year.
Plus, your favorite artists will take home iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Don't miss our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Watch exclusively on Fox.
Tomorrow night at 8.
We're all looking forward to getting back to real-life moments. Thanks to COVID vaccines that help prevent severe illness, we can do this. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is proud to help celebrate the iHeartRadio Music Awards. Visit vaccines.gov today.
Fence Outlet has the largest assortment of vinyl, wood, aluminum, chain link, and steel fences in Florida. That means we have the styles you want at the guaranteed lowest price. Right now, put no money down and get 0% financing on any fence. Go to fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Hey, Mario Lopez here. To keep yourself and your community safe, you have to test for COVID. And let's face it, those free home tests aren't going to last. But don't worry, you don't have to go back to risking exposure searching the aisles for a test. The easiest and most reliable way to get tested is a COVID clinic. COVID Clinic offers PCR tests, which are the most accurate tests you can get, and you can get same-day results. They offer no cost to patient testing. Visit covidclinic.org to find a testing location near you. That's covidclinic.org.
The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine.
And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours.
Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the games.
Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Having trouble with your AC? Call our friends at Mills Air, 407-277-1159. With 30 years of experience, they can certainly help you out. Carrier factory authorized dealers with up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. Family owned and operated, it's millsair.com.
Hurry in during Ram Truck Month, where you'll find J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality in 2021. And right now, get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. For 2021 J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Not compatible with any other offer. 0% APR financing for 72 months equals $13.89 per month per 1,000 finance for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital, regardless of down payment. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for details. Take retail delivery by 3/31/2022.
At Farah and Farah, we represent people from all walks of life in matters involving personal injury cases. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter which neighborhood you call home, because everyone deserves justice, dignity, and respect. And remember, when it comes to compensation, you only get one shot. Make it count. Call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
A little to the left. Now to the right. Back to the left just a bit. Oh, that's good. Oh, wait, I think it was supposed to go on a different wall.
You're kidding!
Armstrong Air believes that comfort doesn't need to be complicated. We'll help keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Visit ArmstrongAirInc.com and let Armstrong Air deliver the comfort you deserve. Mention this ad for a residential $79 precision AC tune-up. Turn to the experts today with Carrier and Armstrong Air.
Your life, your hopes, your passions. These things are none of our business. Your baby monitor research, if you're using too much diaper cream, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., that's really none of our business. Because your life is private, and unlike other tech companies, we think your internet should be too. Aw, how old are they? That's none of our business either. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Running a business comes with pressure. Remote workforces, HR compliance, retaining top talent. You start to feel boxed in. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put 30-plus years of HR service and technology to work, offering my employees competitive benefit options while lightening my HR load. Instead of obstacles, I'm surrounded by people empowered to be their best. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Agreeing on where to spend your hard-earned money is tough. At 7-Eleven, we make it easy. Any iced coffee is now just $1. Now that's a bill we can all agree on. 7-Eleven, you brew you. Terms and conditions apply. See 7eleven.com for more details.
Your favorite radio station. Yeah, this one right here. And thousands more just like it are streaming on the free iHeartRadio app. And now you can talk to them with a single tap. Play any iHeartRadio station and tap the talkback mic on the screen to send your message in seconds. Ooh, and it's True Crime Week. Check our dangerously good lineup, including the new iHeart Original podcast, What Happened to Sally Beale. Download the free iHeartRadio app today and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
iHeartRadio.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, Deb, just want to let you know that you did a good job. Who needs Jim, right?
I agree.
Yeah, I don't.
Pay me and I'll haul ass.
I'll go play golf for a living.
I was going to say, I know the total of that payout.
Yeah, no.
You hand me that check and watch me go. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. That was a talkback. You can do that as well. Just go to the iHeartRadio app, find Real Radio, and leave one. It's easy.
And in all fairness, we just started the show, so we don't have any for today. That's leftover.
Yeah.
We had a bunch on Friday, and they were all hateful and mean towards you.
Okay, that's
that
good.
was the nicest one I could find.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Play them all. I do not care.
Well, that was Deb's mandate on Friday.
I lean into it.
What the hell?
He's got cry wolf syndrome, you
He
know?
really does, man.
All right, 407-916-1041.
So
Welcome
happy.
back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross sit right over there. Deb has your news.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
And thank you to that gentleman for that talk back. That was very nice. Woke News brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. China's president is reacting to today's crash of a commercial jet carrying 132 passengers and crew. State media quoted Xi Jinping as saying he was, quote, shocked, end quote, to learn what happened. He also called for, quote, all efforts, end quote, to be made to rescue any survivors, while promising an investigation into the cause as soon as possible. There are no survivors.
There are no.
The Boeing 737 operated by China Eastern Airlines went down in the mountains of southern China. Now, radar showed the plane cruising at an altitude of just over 29,000 feet before plummeting to around 3,200 feet less than 3 minutes later when it was tracked. I saw video of it and have never seen a commercial airline passenger jet. It was literally
It looked fake.
Nose completely down.
Straight down.
Tail straight up in the air.
It looked like they were flying it into the ground.
Perfect.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Like it was flying in the ground. And when you see the video in real time, it takes your breath away.
Yeah.
Because at that point you realize, because everybody on planet Earth has thought, you know what? I bet if you balled up at a certain spot, you could survive a plane crash if you did the right things. When you see this thing hurtling toward Earth in a dart-like fashion, going 500 miles an hour, you realize everybody in that plane evaporated instantly. There's no chance of survival, zero.
In fact, at this point, I'm wondering if it could even be something like mechanical failure, or would it be the case of like the co-pilot, if you remember that flight years ago, where he did purposely slam it into a mountain after locking the pilot out of the cabin after the pilot had gone to use the restroom.
But those the passengers, the people on that plane, when you see that video of it perpendicular going straight down at that speed, what that ride was like for those people.
That's what takes my breath away. I can't think about it.
Exactly.
Because it literally, I mean, I have heights things already, and when
you look at that, it's inconceivable.
It is inconceivable.
This is, not as inconceivable, but still no less worrisome and troubling to talk about. But ties between the U.S. and Russia are on the verge of breaking. That's according to a report from Reuters, which says that the message was delivered to the U.S. ambassador by Russia as the war in Ukraine rages on week number 4.
You usually can't maintain good relationships when you call somebody a war criminal.
Exactly, and that's exactly what Moscow cited, quote, unacceptable, end quote, comments by President Biden about Russian President Vladimir Putin. Biden, of course, last week did just that. Jimmy labeled Putin a war criminal for what has happened in Ukraine. Now, meanwhile, nearly a quarter of Ukraine's population is displaced.
It's amazing. You think about that. That is genuinely amazing.
Nearly a month after the Russian invasion began, for anyone who watched CBS Sunday Morning when they did a story about the human toll and just what this refugee crisis looks like, the United Nations reports some 10 million Ukrainians have been displaced either inside that country or as refugees pouring across European borders. Hundreds of thousands have been fleeing the port city of Mariupol, where Moscow is accused of not only bombing civilian shelters, but now there's reports coming out of civilians being rounded up and bussed to remote regions, remote cities and towns in Russia, where their phones are then searched, probably, I would imagine, confiscated.
Yeah, sure.
And they're forced to sign documents saying that they're willing to work for free. So it's basically slave labor and taking them as far away from Ukraine so that they, it will take them years. Exactly.
You'll never find them. They'll take away their identification. You'll never be able to find them.
And one of the saddest videos I saw this weekend.
Somebody else did that once, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Stalin, isn't it?
Well, there's a couple other then.
Yeah.
But I saw the saddest video this weekend on Twitter, and it was the mother of a 22-year-old Russian soldier. James Longman from ABC was in the center square in Moscow talking to this mother. She showed a picture of him. His damn hat was bigger than he was. And the whole time she's talking to the camera, you see their eyes scanning because they see the police are getting ever closer to them. And she's crying. Her fingernails are literally painted in the colors of Ukraine's flag. And she's saying, what is he fighting for? She wasn't able to talk to him for 10 days. When she finally spoke to him, he had 10 people left in his regiment.
Yeah.
And of course, I haven't been able to corroborate anything about the rolling crematorium. I know there's pictures out there from one in 2014, but there's also reports of them not even collecting their war dead. So I think of the mothers in Russia who aren't going to have any answers,
Missile strike on the barracks, too?
Yes.
Today?
Yeah. So, and then they did just confirm that there was the hypersonic. I believe that was over the weekend. All right. So to that end, a retired Army veteran and his wife, thankfully, are safely out of Ukraine. Thanks to a Tampa nonprofit, Project Dynamo on Saturday was able to pull retired Sergeant First Class Bob Platt and his wife from their home near Kyiv. The couple was taken to Poland. Project Dynamo co-founder Brian Stern says rescue plans had been in the works for weeks before a window of opportunity finally presented itself.
Like an Argo scenario.
Yeah, and that's so much of what they're finding. They have these humanitarian corridors, which really Russia just uses as target practice. Sure. Stern also says Project Dynamo has rescued over 200 people from Ukraine and lots of folks from all over Florida trying to do their best, and that includes some dancers in Central Florida raising money for Ukraine. Russian Ballet Orlando, interestingly enough, is owned by a Ukrainian. Raised $12,000 at a fundraiser last week.
Nice.
All told, a ballet official tells WFTV they've raised over $100,000 for a church in Kyiv that's helping people leave Ukraine. The ballet will also donate a percentage of next month's Romeo and Juliet performance to the church. So if that's something you were planning to attend anyway, you'll be able to give a little extra money to help. You can get more information in the meantime at RussianBalletOrlando.org. Now, I don't know about you guys, and your kids are old enough now, but a Pensacola counselor has advice for parents whose kids may have questions about the war in Ukraine. Wendy Dupiri is a licensed clinical social worker, and she says it's not an easy thing to talk about, but kids may be feeling a lot of anxiety about it. You remember, it wasn't really until we talked about growing up in the 80s and the last time Russia, which was then the Soviet Union,
the Cold War,
what it was like for us. And it was like, wow, when you go back to that, you remember there were some really tense moments where you were like, damn, man, am I going to get out of high school before the world's going to go to S?
It's been the Russians since, what, the 50s?
Until Gorbachev. Mikhail Gorbachev will help, bring down the wall. So anyway, she says that parents don't talk to their kids, children will form their own conclusions, which could just then add to their anxiety, right? Make it worse than what it really is. Dupuria also says that if kids don't get out what they're feeling, they're not going to get any better. And then you could potentially see problems in school, different kind of behavioral issues. All right, Miami native and U.S. Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson is finally delivering her opening statements this afternoon at the Senate confirmation hearing. She literally just started. Today's session began with welcoming remarks by Judiciary Committee Chair Dick Durbin of Illinois, each member of the committee being allowed 10 minutes for the opening comments. Vermont Democrat Pat Leahy called Jackson supremely qualified and rejected claims by some Republicans that she's, quote, soft on crime, end quote. President Biden nominated the 51-year-old federal judge to replace retiring liberal justice Stephen Breyer. At one time, she had clerked for him.
Ketanji?
Ketanji.
What a badass name.
Ketanji Brown Jackson. I guess Josh Hawley has a problem because some of her former issues with being soft on child sex crimes. Like, that's going to be a thing coming up during this entire thing. Everybody's gearing up for that questioning.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think she's gotten a number of prominent Republicans to give her, that okay and be okay with. Say she's a perfectly able and fair judge and completely qualified.
This is her third or fourth appearance for a confirmation hearing. She's been on the federal court for the last 8 to 9 years.
Yeah.
So, all right. Gas prices in Central Florida, woohoo, and throughout the state are declining.
Paid under $4.
There you
really?
Me
too, Jack.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, AAA is reporting the average price for a gallon of gas in Florida is $4.16 a gallon. Awesome that you got to pay less. That's nearly 20-cent decrease since last week. The national average price sits at $4.25 a gallon as of today. Now, speaking of gas, if you live in Orange County, well, they're inviting residents to share their thoughts. Be nice about it. About the county's penny tax increase.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, when you make your anonymous thoughts known to everybody about this tax increase, be sure to be cool.
The proposal,
as most people are when we talk about tax increases.
Right. The proposal increases the sales tax from 6.5% to 7.5%. Now, the extra money is expected to go towards improving transportation for commuters and pedestrians.
All right. And another Pitbull song, don't forget.
The tax would not be applied to things like essential food items and utilities. No, that's more of a Visit Orlando or Visit Florida. Tonight's meeting is at Colonial High School at 6:30 p.m.
There you go. 7.5 cents, guys.
Speaking of high schools, Florida's governor is approving $800 million in the new budget for teacher pay initiatives in the state. Now, Republican Ron DeSantis made the announcement this morning at a charter school in South Florida. And the funding, like I said at the beginning before Woke News, it includes salary increases for both new and veteran teachers, which has been the really big issue. It's great to give brand new fancy salaries to teachers to, get them to move to Florida. But what about someone who's been teaching for 20, 30 years? The move is aimed at increasing the average minimum salary to at least $47,500.
Wow.
Okay,
that's still got to be low nationwide, though, right?
Yeah.
Bottom third.
Isn't it what they say here? They pay you in sunshine.
Not that much. It would jump them considerably, maybe in the top 10, actually.
Really? To 40 at 47.5 starting?
I believe this is new and veteran teachers, and that is the goal, is increasing the average minimum salary. So I guess make them competitive with the rest of the country.
That's good news. I still thought that was,
We are having a shortage here.
Yeah. Some of those schools up in the Northeast make a whole bunch of money.
Oh, yeah. Now, this is something we've been talking about, all of the kids going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for this spring break, which I know for a lot of schools is already over, but there is a group of people still doing their part to make sure spring breakers get home alive. Members of the South Florida Wellness Network walking the streets to pass out the anti-overdose drug naloxone. At least 10 people have overdosed on fentanyl in South Florida this month. We talked about at least half a dozen of those. West Point cadets, two of them on the football team. 2 ended up on ventilators, and 2 people who were overdosed were because they performed CPR on the other ones. So SFWN has been passing out the anti-overdose drug for about 4 years. And a program coordinator tells the Sun Sentinel, as a former drug user, he's seen the heartache families go through when someone overdoses. And there's also a new drug that's hit the street of Florida that's supposed to be, I guess, 20 times stronger than fentanyl.
Well,
because they're because they're cutting all of these other drugs so they get more money. And
yeah, I know, but it's God almighty. I mean, it's 20 times stronger than something that kills you if you touch somebody that's touched it.
I know.
I mean, how much more deadly can you be?
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
You just told us a story about a guy who overdosed, giving CPR to somebody who overdosed.
Yeah. Well,
like that little bit overdose, and it's going to be 20 times. So are you in the general area and you just die?
It could be. I mean, that's why it's so.
God
I mean,
almighty.
even we've talked about this before. Even drug enforcement dogs, they have to have this drug on hand for the dogs who sniff out the drugs because they've overdosed.
What are you using that for?
Coke, heroin?
No. What are you
pills?
using a drug that even has that much power for?
I don't know.
Like, how does a drug that powerful even make it on the streets?
And I don't even know why. I still don't even. I'm trying to crunch the numbers. If fentanyl was getting put into cocaine, that means that fentanyl is cheaper.
Yes.
Which then makes me go, well, who's making fentanyl?
Yeah, that's a great question.
A lot of the Chinese, apparently, that's the biggest supplier of fentanyl in the United States
really?
is China. Yeah.
Because for
I
a
thought
drug,
it was those damn Canadians again.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. You were seasoned
well,
up there.
not us.
We had no
you know.
idea it was so deadly, you know?
Yeah, well, don't talk to us like that.
Yeah, and for a drug to get cut with another drug, or for what I've been told.
Theoretically, the other one should be cheaper.
Yeah, the one's supposed to be cheaper.
You're not adding it as a drug dealer. You know what? Let's give these guys some real value for their dollar.
But here is the interesting thing about that, though, that drug dealers would be willing to take that risk because several have already been prosecuted for like first-degree murder. So you're looking at real prison time, not just for the drugs, but for the after effect. Why would you take that chance on an even stronger drug?
There are pending cases on that right now
Exactly,
in the state.
exactly.
8 or 10 of them.
Usually the drug cutting happens probably maybe 1, 2, sometimes more than 3 dealers removed.
Yeah, sure. It used to be talc, remember? Like, I remember guys who used to tell me they'd do coke, you had to be careful because they would cut it with laxatives, and you would snort that coke and then get the runs.
Yeah, oh yeah. What I was told. Heard it.
I'm not going to believe it.
Felt it?
Nope.
It's true.
No, it's not. You're just trying to make. You're just trying to do a Bradshaw.
He's not lying. He's absolutely true. You wouldn't get the runs, but you would have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Seriously, they would cut it with laxatives.
Yeah, laxatives or talc or other things like that you wouldn't pick up, and that way they could get more bang for their dollar.
Why are we surprised? We're like, what? A drug dealer would tamper with their product?
The weird thing is all the people that use the fentanyl are ODing, but the people who are building that stuff aren't ODing.
Yeah. In some cases, they are. There was a case of that.
I know a couple of cocaine users back in the day that you would think that their biggest enemy is police. It is not the police. It is a sneeze.
Yeah.
Oops.
No. Oh, God.
Party just got weird.
All right. There's a new dating app. Who do you think it's for?
I'm going to go with blind lesbians.
Man, that's a really good guess. I'm going to go...
A wider net, if you would.
I'm going to go with fancy lumberjacks.
Cold brew lumberjacks.
Jack, care to elevate this back to something I can work with?
I don't know. Fancy lumberjacks have Gucci belts and Doc Marten boots.
No, but single parents.
Single parents?
Match Group has launched the app known as Stir. The company that also owns Tinder and OkCupid says single parents, quote, are oftentimes underserved, end quote, and other apps meant to connect people. I remember being raised by a single mom. You're not just going to meet anybody anywhere, and you're certainly not bringing them home to meet your children.
Right. Yeah,
so you need to be able to hook up with other people who understand what you're dealing with as a parent.
My mom's not picking up any dates on the midnight shift over at Freshen's Yogurt.
Stir will also allow users to show potential matches when they have some me time. It's designed to make sure the calendars between potential matches are coordinated.
But your profile pic should be a photo, like a small clip of your kids behaving.
It really should.
That's a great idea,
really
man.
Should.
That's a great idea.
The kids need to be part of that profile pic.
Yeah. Them addressing you as a parent. If they go, "Yo, make me a sandwich."
Yeah, exactly.
Swipe.
That's a good idea.
Swipe.
Yeah, it's a clip of an 8-year-old going, "Hey, Carl, try my shoes." It's like, yeah, nah.
He's cleaning his Glock.
No way, bro.
At 11.
All right.
Swipe.
And finally, a lost sheep is now 88 pounds lighter.
Aww.
Oh, man, I saw this story.
A hiker discovered the sheep on an Australian mountain, and it had at least 6 years of wool on him.
Woo.
After being contacted by the hiker, an owner of a local animal sanctuary called an expert to shear the sheep. The shearer said the sheep's condition improved quickly. Yeah, I know, man. Got to read that real slow,
very
real
careful with this
carefully. The
It's like
sheep's
that laxative of
condition
Coke.
improved quickly once the wool had been removed. You can imagine
It was
6 years.
It was matted. It was terrible looking. Looking
Yeah.
like an old Jamaican.
The sheep, who has since been named Alex in honor of the mountain he was found on, will continue to live at the sanctuary. So there you have it.
What were sheeps doing before us? Were they just doing that?
Yeah, I guess just having real long hair
I
all
don't-
the time.
I don't
'Cause this
know
thing-
if they would have used.
This thing couldn't even see. Like it could barely see. Its face was being consumed by its wool.
That's a great question, though. Is there a natural way for
That
them
is.
to remove
Are they
the wool?
Well, I'm going to ask a stupider question here. Are they engineered to grow at a?
That's not a stupid question because chickens are, now they're
Oh, yeah.
engineered to have plumper, bigger breasts.
Oh yeah.
Because,
Maybe you just hit the wool with the 9-volt.
but that is a very good question. Like, just like elk, removing their horns
yeah,
as
the
they
felt,
grow.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or even the horn itself as it starts to grow and they'll knock it off.
I'm going to post a video of this sheep because this is absolutely
Yeah, it's
amazing.
bananas,
It does
isn't it?
not look like it's alive.
I didn't
It's
even
so-
know there was a video.
It's like it's a rock that's
Right,
sitting
right.
there, and then it just starts to move.
Right, it's exactly right.
Aw.
It doesn't look like a living boulder.
It looks like it's wearing a blanket.
It does.
Like
It's
it's
crazy.
wrapped in the blanket. I'm going to post this at Jim Colbert
All right.
Live. It's fascinating.
Okay, cool. I'll have to go there to take a look at it because I haven't seen any pictures yet of Alex. I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. That mortgage guy, Don, knows so much about the home buying and mortgage process, and he loves answering folks' questions. He says he gets about 100 questions a day. They run the gamut. Everything from, I had a family member pass in South Florida, and now I have to sell their condo, to, I really want to buy my first home. Do I qualify? He takes about 3 hours every day, and he'd love to answer your question, too. See for yourself at homeloansradio.com or thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks so much, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. A TV legend is retiring. I'll tell you who that is next.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Good evening. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Brittany Lockley with a look at your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Now tonight, we drop down into the 60s, but mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, we start to see that moisture come back into the area. We're in the mid-80s, but you're going to see that nice mix of sun and clouds. It won't be until Wednesday when the possibility for some severe thunderstorms pops back up. We're declaring that a Fox 35 Storm Alert Day, so make sure that you are weather aware. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Brittany Lockley.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Hiring heating up? Indeed's hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. Sponsor a post and instantly receive a shortlist of quality candidates on Indeed, whose resumes match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Man with the big box stores wanted to partner up with a bathroom remodeling company. They chose Rebath. Here's why. Incredible reputation. Plus, these guys been in the bathroom remodeling business since 1991. 32 years of experience. And Rebath has what they want. Their franchises have the proper license, the good insurance. They're dependable. Standards performance to ensure you get the bathroom you pay for on time, every time. And even better, they background check all of their employees as well. That's why the big box stores chose to do business with Rebath, and that's why you can as well. And the products are simply amazing, by the way, guys. If you want to see them, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That's where you'll find the showroom. Walk in and see some of those models they have set up. And remember, every bathroom from Rebath is a custom bathroom. Those models are just to show you what the products look like when they're all put together. Their design team will work hand in hand with you to come up with the bathroom dream of your life, and they will get it installed in no time. Most installations 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees, which means no subcontractors stomping through your house, different every day. When it's all said and done, lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Hop over to rebathmidfla.com. Look at the before and afters. Picture that in your house, man. They can do it for you. Book your appointment today at rebathmidfla.com.
Looking for a smart way to take advantage of your tax refund? Well, turn your check from Uncle Sam into the new-to-you car you deserve at Off Lease Only. Off Lease Only updates their inventory with the best used cars daily. There are no inventory shortages there, just an incredible selection of nearly new cars, all priced thousands under Kelley Blue Book. No haggling, no negotiating, and no hidden fees at Off Lease Only. Just selection, convenience, and value. Financing is available for good and bad credit. Get pre-qualified at offleaseonly.com or take a test drive at the massive state-of-the-art dealership just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy.
Are you 65 or older, diagnosed with heart failure, and still experiencing unresolved symptoms? Then this message may be for you. Other symptoms like carpal tunnel syndrome or gastrointestinal problems could be a sign of something more serious, like transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM for short. ATTR-CM is a rare and life-threatening disease that worsens over time, so it's important to recognize the signs and talk to your doctor. For more information, visit attrcmfacts.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Grab your family and watch the 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards Red Carpet Live, presented by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I want to see everybody. Shout out to all who got vaccinated, got your kids vaccinated.
So events like this are safer and just more enjoyable for all.
Live stream the exclusive Red Carpet pre-show March 22nd at 7, 6 Central on iHeartRadio's Facebook and YouTube channel.
Thank you guys so much.
Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov.
The Orlando Boat Show is at the Orange County Convention Center March 25th through 27th with 21 of Central Florida's best boat dealers and over 80 manufacturers. Fantastic deals on bass boats, bow riders, pontoon boats, wake boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and much more. Crack the code and win a $30,000 Bayliner Element M17 from BMC Boats. Great seminars and Twiggy the water skiing squirrel's back. See the fishing zone loaded with fresh and saltwater gear. The boat super sale you can't afford to miss. More info at orlandoboatshow.com.
At International Diamond Center, nobody tells our story better than our own non-commissioned diamond experts.
In the 17 years that I've been in this industry, I have never been able to offer my clients the things that I can offer at IDC.
What's best about our company is that we have access to far more options than most retailers typically do.
None of us are paid on commission at all, so our interests are pure.
We always encourage people to shop around because we know that our prices are good enough. You will be back.
It's not a selling environment at all. We want to know what's most important to you and help you get there.
We take care of your ring for life. We invite you in as an extension of our family.
It's about helping each client achieve what they want, to become a hero.
When we approach it in such a straightforward manner, it's refreshing. They almost look at you with a sigh of relief, like you take the mystery away.
The merchandise that we have is unmatched. The prices that we have are incredibly competitive. Our quality is unsurpassed.
International Diamond Center. Discover the difference. Our people. Get store hours, directions, and more at shopidc.com.
Hi, my name's Joe Cordell. Sometimes in divorce, courts require the higher earner to pay to the other party what's called spousal support or alimony. Usually this order can be modified in certain circumstances, but such modifications are often complicated and are best entrusted to attorneys that are well acquainted with such matters. Remember, you're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Home. Sure, it's your furniture and electronics and appliances, but at Cons Home Plus, we know it's that plus a whole lot more. We call it living the plus life, and we're here to help you discover life's added value. Find the latest in furniture styles, top brands in electronics and appliances, and hundreds of items in stock. Plus, get next day delivery options and pay over time with our personalized financing. Live the plus life, only at Cons Home Plus. Open in 4 Orlando locations and coming soon to Altamont Springs.
Forged from the fusion of sweet honey and spicy spice.
Translation: Wendy's new hot honey chicken sandwich and biscuit are here.
A molten sweet heat cast atop an inferno of flavor.
Translation: a bold hot honey sauce drizzled over Wendy's spicy chicken.
And topped with applewood smoked bacon.
What he said.
Venture to Wendy's for the new hot honey chicken sandwich or breakfast biscuit.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's hot honey chicken biscuit only includes crispy chicken and hot honey sauce and is only available during breakfast hours.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware. People are coming out of their homes again. Most probably just to get more content for social media. Same here. Find Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
What up, man? Bah.
I just had somebody go, "Are you calling all Jamaicans animals?" Yes, that's exactly what I said. Play the tape. It's literally word for word exactly what I just said. All Jamaicans are animals.
Oh, man.
God almighty. Hear what you want to hear, man. All right, 407-916-1041.
Yep.
Text us at 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Happy to be back with my friends Deborah, Jack, and Ross.
Aww.
Got all your stuff coming up all day long. A little bit later here in the hour, 4 o'clock. Brandon Kravitz will drop by. We have a lot to talk about in sports. A lot of happening today.
Woo!
Yeah, have you seen all the trades and stuff already today?
Today?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Matt Ryan no longer an Atlanta Falcon.
Really?
We'll tell you who he goes to at 4:20 with Brandon Kravitz.
I had no idea. I figured it would all be dominant on the March Madness.
Yeah, obviously March Madness is going to take up most of it, but there's some NFL action happening today as well. So big-time trades going down. Deshaun Watson finds another home for football.
Yeah,
amongst all of that drama.
I didn't think it was going to get any better towards the end of last week when the Raiders got the best receiver in the game.
Yeah, you're right. The guy from the Packers, right?
Yeah, Devontae. Yeah, we're real happy about that.
Yeah, after
real
signing,
happy. Yeah,
after
got
signing
us
your
our
quarterback.
QB. Wait, where are you going?
To the most expensive quarterback.
But you know what?
The best contract ever, right?
We got
Rodgers?
a lot of text messages that said that he was even offered more money, and he just was was not going to stay in Green Bay. Some people said he thought Rodgers was a biatch, but I think it's just that he wanted to be a.
They were going to franchise tag him, and
that was another thing.
He passed up on more money for a year versus a long year contract, which is usually what athletes do. They want the guaranteed work over a span of time.
Yeah, that could make a big impact for Vegas. I mean, we'll talk about sports in a minute because they have a good quarterback. I mean, they just need good targets. Maybe who knows? I mean, that whole franchise is weird.
I always like it when you come back from vacation.
Why is that?
Because we get double Jim.
Oh, good. What do you mean double Jim?
You use twice as many words in the same amount of time.
Oh, very good.
But I wasn't going to say that. I was just saying, it's double personality. You're coming hot.
You usually
I am recharged, brother. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, with definitely a heightened level of excitement. I hadn't noticed it today, but Ross is pointing it out, so it must be true.
Had some of that fentanyl coke, dude. It's doing me right.
Yeah.
Highs and lows. Crashing soon, though.
Mannitol is the baby laxative that people were texting in.
All right, television legend.
Our audience, rock on.
That is retiring. Yeah, they know all of it. Another guy's like, look, I've cut this stuff before. It's fine. That's all that overdosing stuff is a myth. Hey, call me. I'm like, no, I'm not going to call you on your throwaway phone, buddy. I'm not going to do that. You're going to have my number in that bitch.
That's 1-800-BURNER.
Right, exactly. 1-800 bottom of the river in 2 days. So TV legend is retiring. Talk show guy.
Yeah.
Who? You saw it already?
I saw it on the news.
Yeah,
this morning.
Maury Povich calling it quits.
Oh, no. How are they going to find out who the baby daddy is?
I didn't know Maury Povich was still working.
Yeah,
How old do you think Maury is, by the way?
72.
78.
77.
That just gives you an idea of how good he looks for his age. Maury Povich, 83 years old.
Oh, wow.
83
is he
years
still married
old.
to Connie Chung?
Yeah, since 84, man.
Yeah.
They had some rough rumbles there.
They should have made it their series finale.
They had a show together.
Did they really?
I think on the weekends with Connie and Maury or whatever.
But no, I'm saying that he should have done a Maury show about Maury.
Oh, that would have been great.
Get that drama as he's the host and the guest.
83 years old. You know what's kind of odd when you read his Wikipedia page? One of the odd little asides for his personal life is he's a giant fan of University of Central Florida football.
Really?
It says that right here on his Wikipedia page, and it doesn't even say citation needed, which means it's 1,000% true.
What? He didn't go here.
I don't think he did. No. I think he spent time here because he plays a lot of golf.
He just likes black and gold.
He's like a 2 handicap.
He just like a bandwagoner, likes following national champions.
He's been married twice. I got a couple daughters, but they've been together a long time. But Maury calling it good after 31 years of doing television, doing that show, Who's the Daddy show.
That's up there, man. I'm a big fan of anybody in TV that spans decades.
Yeah.
You've hit a milestone. That means you've had to.
It's a cult-like situation.
Reimagine what your product is multiple times.
Just real quick, I know we're late. We're close on the break here, and we can actually talk about this on their side.
Regis Philbin.
You think he's proud of his career?
Ooh,
because you look at the nature of that show. You guys like Morton Downey and Jerry Springer and the kind of the muckrackers of television. When you look at that, do you think he looks back on his career considering what his wife was at one point, and he was a legitimate news person at one point. He did a Current Affair and some other shows that were widely popular. But as a journalist, I mean, do you think that he looks back on that career and goes, you know what, I did good?
I don't know. That's really tough because in one way, in one way you got to support and raise a family, right. But you're still going to have to look at yourself in the mirror and go, do I believe in what I'm doing?
And more important, that for sure. And then look at the people you're kind of teamed up with. Your contemporaries in your world or in your professional world are like Ricky Lake, Morton Downey Jr., Sally Jesse Raphael,
Jerry Springer's a judge now.
Right, yeah, Springer, Judge Jerry. That's fine. They're canceled that too, by the way.
Well,
but I mean, those are
what the hell qualifies him to be a judge.
But that's your high school reunion as those people. I mean, do you feel that when you walk into the room with Connie Chung as your wife, like a legitimate CBS News legend, and you walk in and you have Connie Chung and you're Maury Povich, are you proud to be in that room with all those other people who were basically tabloid humans?
Well, from a competitive sense, like the edge that you hold, it's like, well, I've lasted longer than him.
I know, but man,
how about being Connie Chung and walking in with him on your arm?
That's what I'm saying, man.
So it's not necessarily how Maury sees his own career, because of course, I mean, he's thinking, I can still pay the bills.
Everybody's rich, though. You got to get past all that. Everybody's loaded. It doesn't matter about the money because everybody's made their cash.
Right. So do they see what value do they associate with the product? Is it a form of entertainment meant to be that, or do they, did they aspire to more? A higher level of integrity and journalistic endeavors, or So I don't remember. Was he a news guy first, and then
he was in local news with a lot of guys, and then made it into that because he was good at it.
Yeah,
got a great voice. Doesn't get nervous in front of the camera. Very good on TV.
And maybe he had fun every day, and so maybe to him it was like, I had a career that I loved doing, and I got paid well for it, and, I'm proud of that.
I would think most people in the business probably thought good on you, like Ross said. Man, you had a 31-year career in this business, which is not easy. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a second, more of the Jim Colbert Show.
If you don't dig it, we'll eat our hat. The big floppy brimmed one.
But we look really good in that one.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price.
Authorities have cleared this wreck westbound on the beach line between 417 and Narcoossee Road, but we're still seeing heavy delays east and westbound on US 192. From a crash between Hickory Tree Road and Cypress Creek Ranch Road, traffic's being diverted away from the scene. Southbound 429 is stop and go right now between Sinclair Road and I-4. No reported issues on the 408 or the Turnpike. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Hiring heating up? Indeed's hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. Sponsor a post and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates on Indeed whose resumes match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Man, do you know why you see so much camera footage of crimes? I thought the camera was there to deter the crime. Well, that's because they weren't Safe Touch cameras. Safe Touch cameras are event-driven cameras, which means they're watching for events before they actually take place. You don't want to see somebody breaking into your car. You want to see it before it happens. And that's what Safe Touch cameras do. They alert you via text or video notification beforehand. That gives you time to react to the situation. Plus, Safe Touch cameras have that 24/7 video storage in the cloud. That's the safest and most secure way to store important events that only you, the Safe Touch customer, controls. You decide who sees it and who receives it. And here's the best part yet. You can get that Safe Touch surveillance system, 3-color cameras, 24-hour recording, secure storage, $39.95 per month, and that includes 24/7 service, cloud storage, and camera warranty. Camera installation is an additional charge, but remember, this system will work with any security system or no system at all, and you can even bundle up the two-way communicator package for additional savings. Call now. It's 888-723-8682, or visit safetouch.com for that free survey and demo today. It's safetouch.com, doing what others can't for over 37 years. Stay licensed ZF233.
Central Florida. Join Black Business Weekend, April 1st through the 3rd in downtown Orlando. An entire weekend dedicated to black and brown businesses across Central Florida. On Sunday, it's the Black Biz Brunch in downtown Orlando. It's all things black and all things business. The Black Biz Brunch in downtown Orlando. To register, go to www.blackbizevents.com. That's www.blackbizevents.com.
Alpha Foundations.
Since 2002, Alpha Foundations has led the way in foundation repair, concrete leveling, crawl space encapsulation, and much more. With the industry's most complete lifetime warranty, plus a price assurance guarantee. For a free estimate, call 1-800-714-3020 or visit alphafoundations.com. License CBC 1257350.
For a home that lasts, you want to call them fast. Call Alpha Foundations.
This is Robert Palmer, president of RP Funding. With home values at an all-time high, it's a great time to turn your home equity into the cash you need and get a closing cost credit from RP Funding. Visit rpfunding.com.
Terms and conditions apply. Unless 7168 Equal Housing.
Limp Bizkit, a night of hits, chocolate starfishes, and flavored water to the fine taste of hot dogs, bouncing bananas, and endless opportunities for action-packed fun. Limp Bizkit's Still Sucks Tour will suck so good. April 28th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa, with special guests Snot, Wargasm UK, and Scowl. Tickets on sale now at limpbizkit.com. Limp Bizkit, Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
I'm Charles. I got a bad back injury when a truck crashed into my car. You know those lawyer ads. All they talk about are themselves and money, money, money. I wanted the best doctors for my back. I called attorney Glenn Klausman. He got me to really good doctors, and I'm doing great. Glenn was always available to talk to. He got me a great settlement and quicker than I thought possible. Car crash? Call Klausman at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com.
Office, Winter Park.
Having trouble with your AC? Call our friends at Mills Air, 407-277-1159. With 30 years of experience, they can certainly help you out. Carrier factory authorized dealers with up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. Family owned and operated, it's millsair.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
And in this room,
wow, pet penguins?
AC is set to 42 degrees.
Seriously? Sounds expensive.
Luckily, my AAA home insurance isn't.
Seriously? Insurance through AAA?
Seriously. I saved over $800 on both home and auto together. Check it out.
Your penguins dance.
They have a serious social media following.
The home and auto insurance bundle through AAA. Serious coverage, serious savings. Learn more at AAA.com/seriously. Discounts and savings opportunities subject to eligibility. Savings amounts may vary. Insurance underwritten by Auto Club Insurance Company in Florida.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
Our Fence Outlet salesperson was a wealth of information. Things that weren't addressed by other companies were addressed by Fence Outlet. We're so pleased with our new Fence Outlet fence.
Go to fenceoutlet.com today. License number C10252 and C10803.
Some roads take us to where we want to go. Other roads lead to Mo. In a world full of dangerous roads, there's only one thing you need to know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTJS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
Spaceman said there'd be ice cream.
Perfect. That's a talkback. You can do it as well. Just go to the iHeartRadio app, find the Real Radio section, which is very easy. Use the little microphone there and leave us a talkback. We play them all day long.
Love that Publix commercial.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. We also have some new pricing for the end of the show when we do...
this week, absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah, we're going to do, we just finished up a contest for last call, so we're going to do it another week, and we'll have a prize each day this week for last call for tickets to see The Zombies, the classic band at the Plaza Theater on, I believe it's April 1st. We'll have all the details coming up.
Man, one of the coolest bands.
We were listening to them before the show.
To come out of the 60s that really don't get the credit they deserve. You're talking about jazzy kind of rock that kind of fit into the end of the hippie scene. That was, they were wearing like nice suits, like high fashion kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Very jazzy 3-piece kind of feel. Man.
Yep, the British psychedelic pop legends.
Yeah,
That's what they call them. Yeah, the Zombies.
I don't know how psychedelic it is.
they're well.
I know,
listen to their music.
At the time, I understand, but listen how much jazz is in this. Turn it up.
There is, but there's the interludes that allow you to take time for the acid to hit.
Because of the organ. The organ.
Yeah, it's their Life is a Merry-Go-Round tour. It's Friday, April 1st at the Plaza Theater. You can go to plazaliveorlando.org.
Check it out. Man, the Zombies still at it.
Yeah.
What was that one we were listening to before?
Was Time of the Season?
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite.
Look, man.
That's my
They
favorite.
got a couple bangers. I got to tell you, and I told Jack before the show, bands like this band, Steely Dan, those very musical bands, it almost doesn't even matter if you're a fan of all the songs because it's such a chill vibe. Listen to this. Man, look, if you don't smoke long cigarettes out of one of those things like Cruella DeVille did after listening to this, you're not even human. I mean, you immediately start doing stuff you're not supposed to.
April 1st at the Plaza.
All right, check 'em out.
All week.
Excited about that.
All
That's
week
cool.
for last call. We're giving away tickets.
The Zombies. God almighty, what a blast. That's
Wait,
great.
right here.
All right, 407-916-1041. I wanted to tell you guys about a quick event I had, and we have to go to Brandon. We can come back after and kind of talk about this.
Let's go, Brandon.
Who is this bad on? Who is this bad on? All right, you tell me who this is bad on.
You.
And I'm willing to take the heat because it more than likely is me. Ross,
All
you're
right.
right.
It's you.
Preemptive shot by Ross is probably correct. So I go to Walmart up in my hometown during my little getaway this past week.
The Capitol,
No.
the Capitol building. Of
Yeah,
Black.
I had to go to the state capitol up
The
there.
town hall.
So I walk into what has to be a 4,000 billion square foot Walmart.
Oh, it's big, huh?
I just
Palatkos Mall of America.
Is this like the Friday night hang?
I tell you what. Why don't you get Google Earth that bitch?
It's not Walmart. It's Wall World.
Google Earth it and look how much square footage that thing takes up, right?
And it's got the grocery shopping aspect attached to it.
Oh yeah, you can buy
it's
a boat.
one of those.
You can boat and a 4-wheeler and hunt and stuff. I mean, whatever.
And fruit gushers.
It's giant, right? So go into the Walmart and I get my purchase and what I'm getting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go up and I do the self-pay thing, right? Because I only have a couple of things. So like nail clippers and a couple other things like that. Not even a big purchase. Few things. Didn't even get a bag or anything like that. Just could hold it, walk out. But I did get cash back because I was on my way to a place. I was paying for some gambling games that we were going to play in the golf tournament, right?
All right.
Get
rules.
Get little games going, right? With little side games, little side gambling games.
I want to lose money.
And as I was doing that, I was texting somebody and completely lost my train of thought and walked out without my cash back.
Oh,
Jim! I go and I have to go to another store down the street, which is not that far. It's a couple miles away, and I just realized when I walk into that store, which is a Publix, that I'd left my $60 there. I tried calling the Walmart, and I said to myself, "This is the bad part." I said to myself, "Jesus, man, it's Walmart. I'm never going to see that money again."
Oh, that's not true.
Or nice, right?
Yeah, no.
That's not nice.
Right.
That's not nice because I'm making an unfair judgment based on where somebody is shopping, as like they would take the money, blah 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 blah, right?
Right.
So I'm still fully leaning on this thing. Like I drive back laughing at myself, thinking that I'm going to walk in there, I'm going to park and walk across that parking lot and walk into this and go up to somebody and ask them, "Hey, did anybody turn in $60 in cash that they didn't have to and not pocket it?" She goes, "Well, nobody did to me, honey. I'm really sorry." And she goes, "But let me ask Paul or whatever. He works over in this other section." And I am literally hand in pocket, key out, ready to go. And she comes back and goes, "Yep. Some lady walked right up behind you and grabbed the money out of there and walked right over to the manager and said that it wasn't hers. Somebody must have left it, and she wanted to make sure that whoever was supposed to get it got it. And I sat there, and they were cashing me out, and I'm thinking to myself, you're the biggest dick that ever walked. Why would you make an unfair judgment or assumption like that just because it was a Walmart or a certain... Like, you wouldn't have thought that if it was Nordstrom, or you wouldn't have thought that if it was,
and yet that's probably where it would have happened, where they would have walked off with it as a Nordstrom.
You're 1,000% right.
Yeah.
I learned, it wasn't like one of those lessons you go, oh my God, I'm going to change my lifestyle. It was just another one of those checks in life where you go, you need to relax, man.
One of those bricks that God sends you every once in a while.
You need to relax a little bit. Just chill out. I mean, have some faith in humanity. Have some faith. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't automatically discount anybody or anything for any reason. And I wasn't being malicious about it. I was just thinking, what are the chances? It could have been anywhere. What are the chances that somebody sees $60 free and doesn't walk off with it?
Right.
And now I know where.
I would have definitely thought that, but Walmart is irrelevant. I would think 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, you're not getting that money back, regardless of the store.
Yeah, I would. So I was just saying, but I didn't. That's not what I was saying at the time, brother.
Yeah.
I would love to take that out you're giving me, but that's not. The truth is I was making that judgment because it was Walmart.
I tried,
and I did the Google Earth, and that thing is massive. It's like the size of a city block.
Yeah.
Not more. It's pretty damn huge.
Did you see it, dude?
But I am looking in you guys have 4-lane roads up there.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, this is like the city.
Not the city. The city so much, but anyway. Yeah, there's 4-lane roads up there. Are you ready for this? Did you just see it?
Big.
It takes up the entire screen, doesn't it? I think it's the 3rd largest employer in the city. Which is pretty stereotypical for small towns like that, about that size, right? Where it's rural and that's the one shopping thing,
How many mom and pops went out of business for that Walmart to
Let's see, I was just about to say, I think all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It pretty much wiped out the downtown of Palatka when they built that.
It became the culture.
Yeah, it is,
It's the Friday night hang.
Yeah, it's where you go.
That's where Silent Bob kicks it.
It's got a bank. Walmart's got a bank and an eye store and a doctor and a tax place. It's got a dentist, I think. Whoa. It's got a McDonald's.
Power Secure, let's see, Connection Center, cell phone store, Walmart, MoneyGram, Walmart Bakery, Quick Tag.
Mm-hmm.
They got a tag kiosk in there.
Uh-huh.
The Photo Center.
Like in a tag store.
Yeah. The Money
My
Center.
Walmart has a tag agency. Where are you from? My Walmart's got a tag agency.
Yeah, well, our Fleet Farm sold prom dresses and snow tires.
Oh, and the Auto Care Center repair shop.
Oh, yeah, it's open 7 days a week.
You're talking about like tags for your car?
Yes.
Oh, my God. What? Someone walked
you weren't
into
kidding
that,
about the government building.
Someone walked into that Walmart and went, "Yeah, it needs a little more DMV."
I think you could actually pay your child support in there.
That is insane. You got tags.
Yeah,
that's how I was not expecting. I thought my car question was going to be dumb.
No, it's not dumb.
It's smart because if you're a small town government, it's like, well, we could build our own building. Or we could just take a corner in this place where everyone else is going to go.
I'll tell you more about that later. But we had a mall at one point, like the Palatka Mall. We had a mall, and I will tell you, I spent a lot of my childhood in that mall, my teen years, because that was what you did in the 80s.
Right.
As a kid, you hung out in the mall.
Yes.
I walked into that mall this weekend and almost started crying. You talking about the memories of your childhood being shattered and spat on. Man, I was just walking through it going, wow, like that used to be this and this used to be this. It's like half of it's boarded up, half of it's government buildings now.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. All right, 407-916-1041. Brandon Kravitz with sports next.
You can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy delays continue eastbound on I-4 approaching U.S. Highway 27 in Polk County up past 429. It's also heavy between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound travel is also a stop-and-go ride between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. And we're seeing some delays south on 429, pretty heavy actually, between Sinclair Road and I-4. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If cold candidate calls aren't turning into hot hiring leads, then you need Indeed, because Indeed's powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates, all from one place. Find your next great hire visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Man, a strong home begins with a strong foundation. Nobody knows that better than the guys over at Zano 521, the premier concrete coating experts here in Orlando. And these coatings are tough. The crew is tough as well, headed up by a former Army Ranger and Special Ops soldier, and they employ vets as well. All their techs are employees of the company, no subcontractors, and Zano 521 brings the tough stuff, man. These coatings are up to 6 times stronger than epoxy, and unlike epoxies, their base coat fully cures in just 24 hours. Beautiful color choices. They can match whatever you have, and they're made to last. These coatings are 100% UV stable. That means patios, pool decks, driveways, garages, no problem whatsoever against fading or yellowing. Lifetime guarantee against that. 15-year warranty against popping and peeling. That top coat, non-porous. That means no mold or mildew. Gas, grease, oil won't stain it, won't bother it. The coatings are tough. They're beautiful as well, made to match whatever space you have. These guys are professional, efficient, nice guys who have an incredible product. And if you're getting a coating soon, you got to call Zano 521. That free, no obligation, no pressure estimate waiting on you right now. It's Zano521.com. That's XANO 521.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Celebrate the music you loved listening to all year.
Plus, your favorite artists will take home iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Don't miss our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Watch exclusively on Fox.
Tomorrow night at 8.
Warner Brothers Pictures and J.K. Rowling invite you to return to the magic. Discover the secrets before Harry Potter in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. This April, meet Dumbledore's first army and uncover the secrets that can save the world. April 15th, rated PG-13.
Start driving the truck that you deserve today. Visit nationstrucks.com and take advantage of interest rates as low as 1.99% and make no payments till July. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Ram, and GMC, you can find them all at Nations Trucks, the world's largest independent truck dealer.
A bounce check can be expensive. Why risk it when an Amscot cash advance could cost a lot less? Up to $500 on the spot with no credit check, and it won't hurt your credit rating. Amscot. Some restrictions apply.
Hurry in during Ram Truck Month, where you'll find J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality in 2021. And right now, get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. For 2021 J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Not compatible with any other offer. 0% APR financing for 72 months equals $13.89 per month per 1,000 finance for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital, regardless of down payment. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for details. Take retail delivery by 3/31/2022.
Grab your family and watch the 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards Red Carpet Live, presented by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I want to see everybody. Shout out to all who got vaccinated, got your kids vaccinated.
So events like this are safer and just more enjoyable for all.
Live stream the exclusive Red Carpet pre-show March 22nd at 7/6 Central on iHeartRadio's Facebook and YouTube channel.
Thank you guys so much.
Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov.
At Panera, you can say yes to both of your cravings. We call it You Pick Two. And with over 465 pairings, you'll find a meal sure to satisfy any mood. Are you feeling both fresh and fun? Pick our Fuji apple salad with a new Thai chicken soup. Or maybe you're feeling classic and bold. Pair some creamy mac and cheese with our new Citrus Asian Crunch salad. Pick your perfect pair and order a You Pick Two today. Panera, the familiar made fantastic.
When we come to work in the morning, we don't think about all the money we've won against big tobacco, big pharma, or the insurance industry. That's in the past. Life faces forward, and so do we. It's been said, to live in the past is to die in the present. What really matters is what we can do for you and your family right now, right this second. So call us, Farah and Farah, here for you, here for good. Orlando.
Forged from the fusion of sweet honey and spicy spice.
Translation: Wendy's new hot honey chicken sandwich and biscuit are here.
A molten sweet heat cast atop an inferno of flavor.
Translation: a bold hot honey sauce drizzled over Wendy's spicy chicken.
And topped with applewood smoked bacon.
what he said.
Venture to Wendy's for the new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich or Breakfast Biscuit.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's Hot Honey Chicken Biscuit only includes crispy chicken and hot honey sauce and is only available during breakfast hours.
My Friday nights usually spent out, but since my friends got Xfinity Internet, Friday nights in are where it's at. Because Xfinity has Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig to power a house full of connected devices all at once. We got our show streaming, playlists bumping, and games galore. That's gig speed Wi-Fi for every great night in. Can your internet do that? Come on, y'all. The coasters aren't just for decoration.
Learn more about gig speed Wi-Fi and other fast speed options from Xfinity. Get started with 50 megabits per second internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. It's 3/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and Xfi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
Your favorite radio station. Yeah, this one right here. And thousands more just like it are streaming on the free iHeartRadio app. And now you can talk to them with a single tap. Play any iHeartRadio station and tap the talkback mic on the screen to send your message in seconds. Ooh, and it's True Crime Week. Check our dangerously good lineup, including the new iHeart original podcast, What Happened to Sally Beale. Download the free iHeartRadio app today and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
iHeartRadio.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Don't forget there's second round action, UCF women's basketball versus UConn, and the hashtag civil conflict.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Ross is laughing. I don't know why. I didn't understand one word that guy said.
Yeah, that's why. Then you just went, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Just spent no time on
No
it.
idea what that guy said. But you can try it. It's called Talkback. Just go to the iHeartRadio app and go to the Real Radio section, use the mic, and leave us something that we can't understand.
Yeah, well, actually, that
Good for the
talkback was even sent to 96.9 The Game and the In the Zone show hosted by Brandon Kravitz because they also have the talkback feature.
Nice.
And he was talking about the UCF Knights, the women's basketball team.
Yeah, we're going to get to that here in 1 second, I promise, because we talked about that a little bit before the show. Welcome back. I am Jim. Dab, Jack, and Ross are here as well. As just mentioned, our good buddy Brandon Kravitz, he works over at 96.9 The Game. They talk sports. He drops by here on Mondays to talk with us. What's going on, BK?
How are you guys doing?
Doing great, brother. Big sports weekend, big sports day. Boy, I got to tell you, outside of the NFL, there's been some rolling days. On Sunday or Friday, they'll drop a bomb, and then immediately I want to text you and go, happy birthday. It seems...
It was more of a nuisance than anything else on Friday. We were out at Twin Peaks for Thursday and Friday, the first 2 days, round one of the NCAA tournament. We had our show was wall-to-wall college basketball. It was awesome, and for us, that's not something we focus primarily on, but we're big college basketball fans, and so to have that celebration, all these games, there's always storylines that pop up that you don't expect, that you just dive headfirst into and look at the history of the games and all of that. So, we were ready to go wall-to-wall, and then right in the middle of the show on Friday, how about this, Deshaun Watson to the Browns?
Exactly.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
The NFL is such a bully in that way. But this weekend was great. I've watched, I calculated it out. I think I'm right about this. I think there were a total of 940 minutes of basketball played this weekend. I probably watched 700 of them.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
Not really, because there aren't that many hours in a weekend. But still, I was close. I would turn the TV off on Sunday night, and my wife goes, "What is that?" And I said, "That's not shoes squeaking on a floor." That's what you're hearing is the thoughts in your head. That for the first time in 2 days, you're not hearing squeak, squeak, squeak.
Man,
squeak.
you have a you got lucky then because, man, even with your job, a lot of women will be like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Let's shut that down, or you got to go to another room, man. I can't take one more second of
Well,
that.
thank God for TikTok because that keeps her entertained.
So, I mean, it's been an interesting tournament this year. I think all the brackets have been absolutely nuked by now. I don't believe anybody's.
Oh, mine looks like. It's paper mache at this point.
I think St. Peter's did it for pretty much everybody, right? But with that said, I mean, I think one of the reasons I don't get into college basketball is, although I liked college football as a kid, the football team I liked didn't have a good basketball team. So there was no corresponding. I can't pick another university to be a fan of. Now I could watch UCF basketball for sure, but Florida State never was, when they were good at football in the 80s going into the early 90s and that little run, I would pay attention to college football. But, once they became irrelevant, I just stopped watching it altogether and never really got into college basketball simply because it didn't move fast enough for me. That long shot clock was boring. Passing the ball for 30 seconds to watch a guy take a 35-footer, not fun to me.
I just don't see that all that often in college basketball and March Madness. It's so I can't get behind that. There's so much energy and intensity. All you need to understand is the very basic concept of it, which is do or die. Every single and all of the teams that make it. This is the crazy thing about college basketball, and you compare it to college football, where they allow 4 teams in their playoff. And I don't have a problem with it. You get to college basketball, and you would think 64 isn't that watered down? No,
it's not.
It's so hard.
Actually, makes the story better.
It's so hard to get to the NCAA tournament, and there are so many random teams in this country that are really good that you don't know about at all. Even the ones you kind of know about, like that you just haven't watched at all. The Seton Halls and the Creightons of the world. There's just so many interesting teams out there.
Seton Hall has a bit of a basketball legacy, though, right? I mean, they've been an okay team on and off throughout the years, have they not?
Oh no, sure. I mean, they've got their history, but how many? Even for college basketball fans, like how much Seton Hall are you watching throughout the course of the year? There's so many teams you can't, unless you do this for a living, where all you do is cover college basketball. You can't have a good idea about a lot of these teams. What you understand is history, legacy, who's the head coach, what's the culture, and then what you read 2 days before the tournament starts. And I think that's part of the beauty of it. Nothing sucks in the casual fan outside of the NFL, or, I mean, even if you want to go deeper than that, the Super Bowl. Nothing sucks in a casual fan more effectively than March Madness, because you just don't need to be a fan to understand how this all plays out.
And it always has a good storyline. Was it last year was the Nuns? Was that the year before?
That was 2 years.
That
was 2018 when they made the Loyola Chicago with their nun as their biggest fan, made it to the Final Four.
But there's always that kind of unique story in the Sweet 16.
There's always something that pops up. This year it's St. Peter's, the Peacocks of St. Peter's, which is this tiny little university in New Jersey that I'd never heard of in my life. And they've got all this swagger. They've got a guy on there. His name is Edert, who looks like Gardner Minshew.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's just it's so
looks
cool.
Like a 70s guy on a real small Harley riding across the country in jean shorts.
He's just knocking down threes against Kentucky like it's nothing.
And when they take down Kentucky, it's pretty hard not to fall in love.
Right.
You love an underdog, and you're looking at one.
Yeah, and that's what's awesome about it, is that we can sit back and throw all of our predictions out there. There are always storylines you don't expect, and they're coming, and you don't know where they're coming from. I think that's the best part of March Madness, and this year is another example of that. I mean, here we have Miami, who nobody believed in. They're going up against Iowa State. Iowa State lost like 12 of their last 14 games in the regular season. And yet they started out so strong. They put enough of a bid together to get to the tournament. No momentum whatsoever. And yet here they are in the Sweet 16.
Unbelievable, right? It's just when you get hot, right?
It's just, I don't know. Sometimes that's a factor, and sometimes it's not. Look at Tennessee. Tennessee was my pick to win it all. Tennessee won the SEC tournament, so they've got all the momentum. The SEC tournament right before March Madness starts in a really good basketball conference. You're like, here we go.
Right. And then
then they get bounced by Michigan in the second round. Michigan had a terrible year.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, so who are you looking at now in the Sweet 16?
I really like the St. Peter's matchup. They're going up against Purdue. Purdue is as well put together as any team in the tournament. They've got Jaden Ivey, who's going to be a top 5 pick in the NBA draft. He's athletic, he can shoot, and they've got a couple of bigs. They just kind of built exactly the prototypical type of team that you'd want to see at this stage in the tournament. So to have that team as a 3 seed from the Big Ten Conference, so they've got all that working for them, going up against the team that everybody wants to see win in St. Peter's. That's the Sweet 16 matchup I can't wait for. UCLA, who made it all the way to the Final Four last year as an 11 seed, nobody saw that coming. They're back to a similar spot. They're in the Sweet 16, going up against a UNC team who has Hubert Davis as their head coach, and he took over for Roy Williams, the legacy guy, and really wasn't expected to do much this year. They're in the Sweet 16, and they face off against each other, so you've got two of the best college basketball programs going head-to-head. There's a couple of really good matchups out there, but we are probably looking at a Gonzaga-Arizona final.
Okay.
I think that would be the most common one out there that's still alive.
Right.
That would be pretty exciting. Last night we had Arizona go to overtime against TCU in one of the best games of the weekend, and Gonzaga is just kind of rolling through people.
Well, it's going to be fun. I mean, as it comes down, obviously, I will probably watch a little bit. I'll try to learn a little bit about a few of the players that are out there on some of these teams and just kind of pick it up and see what I can do.
Well, you had the guy that the Magic were hoping to end up with just got bounced yesterday. I think it was yesterday against Miami, Jabari Smith. So we're down a prospect. If you're watching it for NBA draft reasons, we're down one of the guys. He got bounced. But you still have Dukes, Paolo Banchero.
Dukes.
So I'm just giving you a couple of names. You write these down.
All right.
Paolo Banchero for
Okay,
Duke.
got that.
You've got Chet Holmgren with Gonzaga.
Okay.
He's a big string bean white guy.
Love a Chet.
But yeah, we're gonna draft a Chet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love
this guy's got it.
Look, it's Chet Hanks. It's Chet. You know,
Kind of looks like Kristaps Porzingis a little bit,
yeah,
but with dark hair.
Is that the Flying Dutchman? No, that was Rick Schmidt. What is that?
That's two different generations, right
It is.
there.
You're right.
You're just like
Who was
20
that?
years apart.
What was his nickname? What was Porzingis' nickname?
They called him the Unicorn.
The Unicorn. That's
Yeah.
it. Oh, God,
Who was the Flying Dutchman?
I
Wasn't
thought-
that a ship in the Pirates of the Caribbean?
It was not. Was it Rick Smits? They called him the. Was it the Flying Dutchman? Wasn't there a basketball
sure-
player called the
don't
Flying
wor-
Dutchman?
Don't worry, the texts will start
Oh,
rolling
yeah.
in
No,
any second.
I'm going
now.
to get credit for that reference, by the way.
Not the
Even though you
unicorn
didn't
one.
nail it.
No, I didn't nail it, but I'm going to get credit for knowing it. That's how dumb these people know I am. That's great. NFL news is big today.
Big time, always. We've got Deshaun Watson, who got traded on Friday to the Cleveland Browns, despite the fact that he has 22 civil suits that still hang over him for being a creep.
I love it because they say, look, we did an extensive research on these cases and blah, blah, blah. And then I read an article from one of the people, or a quip from one of the women that they got to make a comment on Deshaun going there. And they're like, I don't know what's going on. If they knew what I knew, they wouldn't have hired him. I would be like, that's the worst possible thing you can hear from one of the women.
So the Cleveland Browns said they did extensive research. The attorney that's representing all of these women, Tony Busby, said that he was not, nobody reached out to him. Don't you think you'd want to just let's just get his opinion?
That's the same thing this woman said. The reason she was even quoted is she says, no, I wasn't contacted by the Browns. I wasn't contacted by anybody to give statements on what happened or may have happened or allegedly happened. Nobody was contacted. They're just blind throwing. They could get this guy a good deal too, right?
The best deal ever.
Yeah.
$230 million, all guaranteed. We've never seen that in the NFL. A long-term, you've seen one-year deals that have been fully guaranteed. I've never seen a multi-year contract that's that size fully guaranteed. There's not any sort of fluff or, maybe if you get to year 4, we'll see. None of that. He has $230 million fully guaranteed. That's like an NBA type of contract.
That tells me that maybe Cleveland knows something that we don't. Maybe about these cases. Come on, nobody's going to hand somebody $250 million with a possibility this guy's going to be dragged through every single newspaper, national, global, international, for sexual atrocities against 20-plus women. I mean, some information's out there that's not privy to everybody because you just don't make a deal like that. Even Cleveland, man.
But here's the thing. I mean, this is part of the reason why this was not advanced in our criminal justice system, because this is one of those cases, unfortunately, for the women involved and for women involved in other situations that are like this, when it's he said, she said, and there's not any physical proof, it's hard to prove it. So how could anybody outside of the women involved in Deshaun Watson really have anything beyond, we've got 22 people saying he did this. Even if a fraction of them are right, he's a scumbag.
But
how many of them have to be right for us to look at Deshaun Watson completely different?
Yeah, but the he said, she said thing gets real interesting when you start introducing text and emails. And social media posts or or IMs or whatever the case may be.
IMs?
Like just messaging or whatever on all the platforms is what I'm saying, right? Just digitally messaging somebody through Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook or whatever the case may be. If there's, I don't know. What do you say? Oh, that wasn't me on my phone? Somebody grabbed my phone and said this?
I don't know.
Either.
It's bizarre, and I feel sort of scummy every time I bring up Deshaun Watson, and I always have to, even though I'm sure my audience is tired of hearing it, I always feel like I have to hit him with the caveat, hey, assuming this guy isn't a complete dirtbag,
right?
Then enter into a football discussion, because before this story, I've compared it to Michael Vick only because completely different circumstances, but I'm talking about two players that prior to their criminal activity, I was completely enamored with as a football fan. Then something happens where you go,
oh,
the talent's still there, but I don't feel like I can talk about you in the same way without at least throwing it into the discussion that, like, look, I get it, but if the Cleveland Browns are willing to sign him, then as a sports talk radio host, I feel like it's within my duty to discuss what that would mean on football side of things. But there's no part of me that feels good about it. I mean, there is a separation of morals in sports, but sometimes I think we take that a little bit too far.
Matt Ryan to the Colts. We only got a few minutes, so just give that up.
Yeah, that was the other part.
I want to get to UCF women's basketball because I think that's important. I'm going to talk about the city's win as well. I think that's important. Matt Ryan, a quarterback on his way out, probably has 2 or 3 years left in the league. He winds up in Indianapolis.
Yeah. So just real quick, and that was basically the ripple effect of this Deshaun Watson stuff. It had come down for the teams that were hot after Watson were the Falcons, the Saints, the Browns, and the Panthers. And the Falcons had Matt Ryan, and once they were going after Deshaun Watson, that kind of ruined that relationship. And they found a new home for Ryan, and good for him because the Colts are much better set up for success. He's got a chance to really succeed with Indianapolis.
He could have, because Atlanta's a nightmare. They couldn't win, and I always blamed it on Matt Ryan. So we'll see, with a different mentality and a different franchise, if that may have been it. Because that can change. You look at Stafford, that can change your entire life. Just that changing of scene can give you a new lease on life. UCF women's basketball.
They played the Gators this past weekend and won convincingly. They were heavy favorites, and so that just goes to show the level of confidence that these women have in themselves. And for the predictors out there and looking at what this team could do, they went out and took care of business exactly as is expected, even though they're going up against a quote-unquote bigger school in Florida. And so now UCF 2-0 against Florida in the last two big athletic competitions in sports, with the Gasparilla Bowl and then the game this past weekend. But it leads to tonight, where UCF takes on UConn. Gino Auriemma, who has built the most dominant program respective to their sport, possibly in the entire sports landscape. Women's college basketball is UConn. So if UCF is not expected to get a win tonight, if they're able to pull this one out, it would be as big a win as we've seen in UCF athletics. So something to pay attention to tonight.
Yeah, very cool. So we'll keep our eye on that for sure. And then lastly, Orlando City Soccer brings home a win against the LA Galaxy 1-0 match this past week.
Who doesn't like a clean sheet, fellas?
Oh, the best. Antonio Carlos played his heart out. Our starting center back, who's starting to make a lot of waves, has already made, I believe, a team of the week so far in this young season. He was phenomenal, not to mention our new star signing, Facundo Torres.
All right, that's a fun name.
Yeah, it's so much fun to say.
I'll just say Torres.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not saying that first one on the air bunch.
Yeah, you got to try it.
That's just a
sounds like an FCC nightmare for you.
That's a blip away from $300,000 for Jim. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So he goes ahead and scores his first goal in purple. Phenomenal, huge win, especially after the heartbreaking, weird Cincinnati loss at home.
Yeah, and they beat the LA Galaxy on the road. They're one of the better teams in MLS, and so that kind of makes up for the Cincinnati loss.
And they're the Dallas of the MLS, right?
Yes.
Like the Cowboys, it doesn't almost matter if they win or lose. It's the LA Galaxy, so it has that kind of weird provenance, right?
They have the most
They've got a lot of money.
Yeah. They have the most history in MLS, but then their sister team, the LAFC, that's kind of now the new shiny toy in the league.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, good job, buddy.
Thank you.
What else is out there? A big draft day coming up for you guys soon. Was it April? Mid to late April?
We are under the 50-day mark to the NFL draft.
Counting those down, are you?
You want me to do a mock? You want me to do a mock draft next Monday for you?
Don't do it. You don't have to do it that early, but I want to make sure that everybody knows. I know you guys always do some special occasions out. Usually do some Twin Peaks stuff or whatever, where you go out and have people come up, do the mock draft. I want to make sure you get that plugged out nice. I'd like to see a giant crowd out there.
Well, I'm waiting for that to get booked, and then I'll be happy to promote that.
Is somebody working on that for you guys?
I hope so.
Oh, somebody needs to be on that. Are you kidding?
I've had. It's one of those events we haven't been able to do it out in public in 2 years. Our draft coverage that I've been a part of has been virtual for the last 2 years, and I've had numerous listeners reach out to me
Somebody needs to get to
asking
work.
where we're going to be.
That's
and
right.
We're waiting to book a location. We have a couple of favorites that are out there. You mentioned one of them.
All right.
And, man, that has to happen.
If you need me to holler at somebody, let me know.
Let me just
I
tell-
can set a fire or two occasionally.
I don't know how much you guys have been out recently. We haven't done our show out with fans around in a long time. We've done a couple of shows out of the studio. This is the first time in a while where we've had fans around. I just forgot how amazing it
fun.
is to rub shoulders with the people that tune into you every single day.
That's great.
And to do it with March Madness going on in the background. I'm still buzzing off of it. That was Thursday and Friday.
Yeah,
just
it's very cool.
It's so cool to be back out in public.
Well, awesome, buddy. Always good seeing you. 96.9 The Game. That's Brandon Kravitz. He talks sports every single day. Joins us on Mondays. Have a good week, buddy.
All right, you two guys.
All right, man. 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Good evening, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Brittany Lockley, and it was another beautiful spring day today. Now the lows drop into the 60s for tonight, a little bit on the chillier side as you're waking up tomorrow morning. Definitely going to feel the moisture start to come back into the area. 84 degrees is going to be our high, a nice mix of sun and clouds, but it won't be until Wednesday with the possibility of severe thunderstorms comes back into the area. We're declaring that a Fox 35 storm alert day, so make sure that you're weather aware. The rain chances stick around through Thursday as well.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If cold candidate calls aren't turning into hot hiring leads, then you need Indeed, because Indeed's powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates, all from one place. Find your next great hire visiting Indeed.com/credit.
And inflation is running high. Who knows when it will level out? That's why FAS Windows and Doors is telling you to get your windows and doors now. Lock in your price. That way they don't go anywhere. Largest window and door showroom in all of Central Florida. 38 unique windows on display ready to go. And they're built with impact-resistant glass that gives you security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency as well. Full selection of hurricane windows and doors. Estimates always free at FAS Windows and Doors. And they give you plenty of options as well. All products have a lifetime warranty. If you act right now, how about $55 per window, $95 per door on rebates? That means you can get great deals that are easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4, that's where the showroom is. Slide in, pick them out, have them installed. You'll love it. It's FASWD.com.
Were you hurt in a vehicle and want compensation?
When you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Did an accident leave you in need of representation?
When you're injured on the go, just call Mo. When you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
At Checkers, we love our #1 famous seasoned fries, so we added the same secret blend of spices to create our new fry seasoned chicken tenders for Oscar, because he's been mixing concrete all day.
Hold on. Wait, where's my phone?
So we mixed up the flavors and coated some white meat chicken in Checkers' famous fry seasoning, just for him. Phones come and go, but flavors forever, Oscar. Now go get your new fry seasoned tenders. You've earned it. Fry seasoned chicken tenders, only at Checkers.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there, I've got some kind of a leak at my kitchen sink.
Sorry, we can't take your call. We've all gone to a self-improvement seminar.
But there's water leaking all over the...
However, there's still hope if you'll just wait a few hours longer.
Hours?
But waiting is good. It's a chance to reconsider your choices in life.
Oh no, this can't be happening.
Above all, be present. Don't dismiss your feelings.
Not worried about my feelings. There's water going everywhere.
Try to see this as an opportunity, a way to grow as a person.
You know, this would never happen with Frank Gay.
True enough, but you didn't call Frank Gay.
Not this time.
The universe is sending you a message. You just need to hear it.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
Have you heard the message? Hello? Are you still there?
FrankGayServices.com.
Your life, your hopes, your passions. These things are none of our business. Your baby monitor research, if you're using too much diaper cream, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., that's really none of our business. Because your life is private, and unlike other tech companies, we think your internet should be too. Aw, how old are they? That's none of our business either. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident and are not sure what to do, call me, Glenn Levine, at the Law Offices of Anna John Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733, and take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando. UCP of Central Florida's Celebrity Poker Tournament is back Friday, March 25th. Try your hand at Texas Hold'em Poker, Roulette, Craps, and Blackjack. Players of all levels are welcome to participate and play poker for a purpose. Your ticket includes entry, chips for all the casino games, a gourmet dinner, and a premium open bar. Plus, the famous Scotch tastings and cigar bar are back. Visit ucpcfl.org/events for details and to get your tickets. That's ucpcfl.org/events.
Baby boomers and retirees, stop the leftist smash and grab of your retirement savings. Take action now to shield your savings from socialism and volatile markets. National talk show host and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution will teach you how to get a head start to be retirement tax smart. Imagine learning proven strategies that are saving boomers and retirees thousands in unnecessary taxes. Visit taxessaved.com. taxessaved.com.
The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine, and Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours. Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the Games. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
This year full of real radio is brought to you by Clausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Clausman. ClausmanLaw.com.
A social media experience that isn't totally toxic. Kind of a weird thing to brag about, but there it is. At Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, guys. I know a while back we were talking about seeing performers when they're really old, but man, I tell you what, Frankie Valli really killed it at the Dr. Phillips Center last night. I'm so glad I got to see him. The man's 87 years old.
Sings with that falsetto. Great songs, man. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, legendary. And then had a revival with that whole Saturday Night Fever thing.
Jersey Boys.
Yeah, Jersey Boys, right. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Got a Monday Lounge coming up.
Whoa. It seems like you've almost
I've kind of started to
you've embraced it.
I've started embracing the Monday Lounge. Aren't you proud of me?
Everybody loves the Monday Lounge.
Oh yeah, don't give it away, baby.
Lean in, soak it up like a sponge in the Sahara.
So I told you guys that I overheard a conversation at the golf tournament this weekend that kind of set me aside because I wasn't really sure how what to think of it. But it was actually kind of neat, and I bet most families have like little rituals or little things they do that are unique to them that may seem odd to other families or people, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, nobody's getting hurt.
I'm a little more interested in how you interjected yourself into this conversation.
All right, so here's exactly what happened, right?
You tripped over your feet like, oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
By the way.
No, this is actually this is pretty easy to explain.
I talk for a living, and let me talk about this.
I didn't say any of that.
No, you stopped and went, what?
That's kind of what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so here's what happened. So at this tournament this past weekend, and the club up there is just, when you walk in, the pro shop's off to the side a little bit, and then the rest of it's basically a big dining room, and then it has the bar and stuff. So when you come in, you get a burger, whatever, sit down, figure out your scores, and it's set up kind of like a cafeteria. Not a real big area, but there's round tables and chairs. It can accommodate probably 50, 60 people all at one point, right? Well, after the flights come in, everybody's turning in their scores. They're serving lunch. So everybody's kind of just gathering around, and you're sitting at a table, and the people are like literally right behind you, like in a cafeteria scenario.
We get the justification.
I'm just letting you know how I overheard the conversation. And this guy is talking to another guy, and they're talking about a friend of theirs. So this one guy's talking crap about his friend. I just kind of happened to overhear it.
Right.
And the guy says, and they were I don't know how it got into the conversation because I picked up on it at the end. But basically, here's the story. So this family that this guy knows has a bistro dining room table. Do you guys know what a bistro table is?
Smaller table, right?
A little bit smaller. But
like a cafe-style table?
But the thing is with bistro tables is your chairs are high.
Okay.
Right, it's not a lower dining room table. The bistros are like bar tables, like two tops or whatever, and you sit around. This one was a dining room size. So all the tables were like bar stools, or the chairs are like bar stools.
So no backs on them.
Well, they had backs on them,
Okay,
but
good.
it's just they're tall.
Well,
They're
it matters
just
when you're older.
Yeah. They're taller. That's it. I mean,
It's a tall dining room table.
It's a tall, exactly.
I'm mad we finally nailed it.
So the guy starts talking. He goes, he goes, buddy of mine, because they were talking about how they eat. Right, how they're eating their food and how they, when they eat and stuff like this. And the guy just goes, man, buddy of mine has got this table, this tall table. And he goes, they were reupholstering their chairs, because the chairs had they were reupholstering their chairs to have, so it would match the new decor in their kitchen. He goes, but while the chairs were being reupholstered, they kept eating at the table just standing up. Just standing at the table like you were at a bar, just having a drink, and that's how they ate dinner for 3 weeks. When they got the chairs back, they continued to eat dinner like that because they found out that because they were standing up, they engaged each other more. Nobody was on their phone. Nobody was fiddling around. Because you're standing up and you're concentrating on standing there and eating your food, and you're not just relaxed and piled back, that they talked more, they engaged more. So they just put their chairs in the garage, and now this family eats standing up every night. That's their thing now. And it became like a thing in their house, like it's like their thing. This family eats standing at a table. They don't sit down. Their dining room, they don't bring the chairs inside. Even when guests come over, they stay out. So it becomes a conversation piece.
And this drove you nuts.
This was my reaction. I remember I'm sitting there, I'm talking to somebody. And I'm talking to somebody, and then I stop, and you kind of turn your head because you want to make sure you're hearing what you're hearing. And I turned around and I said, is that true? I said, is that true? And he goes, yeah, man, it's true. And I said, they stand to eat every night. And he goes, yeah. What's wrong with it? I said, nothing's wrong with it. But I bet there's not one other family in town that does it. And can I tell you, I bet there's not one family in my town that does it. One family in Orlando that stands up to eat their dinner every night. Now, look, we've heard, some cultures you sit on the floor, Asian cultures and some
African cultures. Middle Eastern, yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
They sit on they eat with their hands. They eat primarily, they'll eat with their hands instead of using utensils because they do the bread and they pinch it.
One hand.
Yeah,
your right hand.
Right, that's it.
Don't use your doo-doo hand.
Don't use no left hand.
I made that mistake.
Yeah, you can't eat with your left hand there, buddy.
Why? Why would you make that mistake?
Because I'm a lefty. And culturally, we don't have differences with what hand you eat with because we don't use our hands.
Right. Yeah.
But in the rest of the world, you only eat with your right hand.
A lot of times, a lot of places.
Yeah. You're severely looked down on if you use your left hand. And I was told at this dinner that, by the way, you never eat with your left hand. And I went, oop, my bad, I'm a lefty.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I don't know. At first, I thought I was like, all right, maybe Deb's going about.
Well, do you know why you only eat with the right hand?
Yeah, because you're using your left hand, but Deb was not using her left hand for that.
Right? Yeah, no
process.
No,
but it's considered the hand that does it. So,
someone tried to tell me to use which hand. It's not going to go well.
Yeah,
I'm going to go. Thank you. Agree to disagree. I'm going to two-hand this.
Yeah, but when you grow up in a culture that would just as soon cut it off.
See,
yeah, and you're a guest in someone's home.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have guests.
Also in those cultures, by the way, when you walk into if you're invited to a dinner party with one of those cultures, primarily I think it was Asian cultures or Indian cultures, that when you come in, you have to stop and greet everyone in the house individually, and you start with the eldest in the house. And you walk up to them and you have an individual greeting. Hi, I'm so-and-so. Thanks for inviting me into your home. Then you go to the next oldest and you go down the line, and everybody has to be individually thanked for inviting you over, and you have to bring a gift for the family, usually pastries or flowers.
That sounds culturally like it would fit with both India and Southeast Asia.
That sounds
or
nice.
Asia.
Yeah.
That's not someone looking at me going, hey, don't use your left hand.
Right, yeah.
Well, it was, just letting you know, hey, if you travel overseas or whatever, you're probably not going to want to do that.
But the family, the standing up thing, after a while, I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, that's not that big of a deal. I mean, so you eat standing up. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's like one of those, well, I mean, you laugh at it because it sounds silly, but this family found a way to connect.
Yeah.
I mean, they found a way to connect
See, that's
and
to
enjoy
me the
each other's
win.
times.
To me, the win isn't that they did it for. They found that the benefit of it was, and I wonder if physically it's better for you too, because when you think about it, you're eating. Now I know your stomach, but still, you get to stretch yourself out. You're.
See, in my house, it's weird because when my kids would bring friends over, the weird thing for us, and this was true, and we got to go to break, and we can talk about this when we come back. Kids that would come and visit my house thought it was the oddest thing. They could not get over the fact that my kids said, please, thank you, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am.
What?
And yes, sir, and no, sir. They could not get over it. Like some of my kids' friends would not come to the house.
Oh.
Because my kids would tell them, hey, look, when you're at my house and my dad or mom asks you something, you say yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am, or yes, sir, or no, sir. And if you get something to drink or whatever, you say please and thank you. And just that's what you've got to do in our house.
You mean basic common decency?
They lost their they couldn't believe it. Like my kids had friends that could not believe that you had to live under those circumstances as if we were a communist country.
Please don't tell me those kids walked into your house and called you by your first name.
No, that's it's Mr. Jim. All right, 407-916.
Better be.
Yeah, I want to know if everybody out there has like a family ritual like that, or a family thing that like only your family does. It maybe other families think it's odd. Because I after it, when I thought about it, I was like, oh, that's weird. And you start thinking about it, and he's like, oh, I guess it's not that weird at all. Maybe I'm the weirdo. Who knows? All right, back in a sec.
You put a lot of love into those plants. So if you need someone to water them while you're on vacation for the first time in over a year, don't ask us. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price.
Heavy delays continue on I-4 eastbound coming out of Polk County from US Highway 27 to 429 and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound still a solid ride too between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Southbound 429 is stop and go ride between Sinclair Road and I-4. Watch for an accident on Dean Road at the 408. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hosting an in-person Disney Central Call Center job fair in Orlando on March 31st. Apply in advance for call center positions, and you can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus. Visit WaltDisneyWorld.jobs/job fair today.
Man, you know why you see so much camera footage of crimes? Me either. Thought the camera was supposed to deter that to begin with. Well, that's because they weren't Safe Touch cameras. Because Safe Touch cameras are event-driven cameras. They're watching for events before they take place. You don't want to see somebody breaking into your car. You want to see it before it happens. And that's what Safe Touch cameras do. Alert you via text or video notification beforehand. That gives you time to react to the situation. Not to mention, Safe Touch cameras have 24/7 video storage in the cloud. That's the safest and most secure way to store important events that only you, the Safe Touch customer, can control. You get to decide who sees it and who receives it. Here's the best news yet. You can get that Safe Touch surveillance system, 3-color cameras, 24-hour recording, secure storage, as low as $39.95 per month. And that includes 24/7 service, cloud storage, and camera warranty. Camera installation is an additional charge. And remember, the system will work with any security system or no security system at all. And you can even bundle up that Safe Touch 2-way communicator package for additional savings. Call now. It's 888-723-8682 or visit safetouch.com for that free survey and demo today. It's Safe Touch, doing what others can't for over 37 years. State license ZF233.
Do you want to sell your home fast and easy without a realtor? This is Gabriel with Florida Cash Home Buyers. You can sell us your home in 7 days or on your time frame. We can even pay you a cash advance before the closing. Call us at 407-410-9000. We can buy your home in any condition. No cleaning or fixing anything, and there's no commissions or fees. Call us today for a free cash offer. 407-410-9000. That's 407-410-9000.
Need a new fence? Think Mossy Oak Fence. The experts at Mossy are fence freaks. Freaks on quality and on your satisfaction. Mossy Oak Fence, high quality, backed by the best warranty in the business. Visit mossyoakfences.com.
The Offspring presents Let the Bad Times Roll 2022 tour. With the Offspring, live in concert in Tampa, with special guest Rad Key. Inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa, Friday, May 6th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. For more, visit Offspring.com. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and Lowe's has everything your lawn needs to look good. Like Scott's Triple Action Lawn Fertilizer starting at $29.98, and save $30 on the Craftsman 20-volt trimmer blower combo kit. Was $129, now only $99. Create a season full of green and get the most out of spring. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, about 3/17 through 3/23. U.S. only. Scott's offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
One thing I like about IDC is we're very transparent.
Meet John DiSabatino, manager at International Diamond Center.
Somebody comes in and they're looking for a diamond. We're very transparent on what that diamond is.
In fact, at IDC, they'll share with you the inside secrets of the diamond industry. Teach you how to buy like a dealer buys with a no-holds-barred diamond education, including how to value a diamond on the world market.
We don't believe on creating an artificial markup and then coming down on the price, which you'll see a lot of our competitors will do. We even have customers that'll leave other jewelry stores, walk in here, and then the other jewelry stores call them again and taking another $1,000 off the price. Well, what was the real price?
It's different at IDC because there's nothing to hide. No pricing games, no tricks, no old school ridiculous margins.
We look at overall volume. We're not looking at trying to make this huge profit.
It's all about putting you first and respecting your intelligence.
So coming here at IDC, you're going to get the best merchandise at the best prices, and you're going to get the best experience.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando area locations. Online at shopidc.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts has what you need to keep your engine performing at its best. Our professional parts people will help you select the right products for your vehicle and your budget. Like 5 quarts of Castrol GTX conventional oil and a MicroGuard filter, just $28.99. Save money on your next oil change. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Robert Palmer, president of RP Funding. With home values at an all-time high, it's a great time to turn your home equity into the cash you need. Plus, get a closing cost credit. Visit rpfunding.com for details.
Terms and conditions apply. Unless 7168 equal housing.
Celebrate the music you loved listening to all year.
Plus, your favorite artists will take home iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Don't miss our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Watch exclusively on Fox.
Tomorrow night at 8.
We're all looking forward to getting back to real-life moments. Thanks to COVID vaccines that help prevent severe illness, we can do this. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is proud to help celebrate the iHeartRadio Music Awards. Visit vaccines.gov today.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, Michigan Chuck here. It's pronounced Fukundo. 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 See ya.
All right. What's he talking about?
No
Hey
idea.
guys, what's up? Jimmy, I would have took your money no matter where.
Oh, this guy
Love you
talking
guys, too.
trash. Do you think we could start a Jim Colbert Show golf league?
No.
I disagree.
You got to believe, Jack. We need you to be a bagger dance right now, and right now you're being a bagger.
I bet we could.
chance.
I bet we could do that. We don't have to have the station behind it. We can just say, hey, we're going to play here. And just a bunch of people get together and play. Big money game.
Big money.
Oh, yeah, player. Hey, listen, if you're going to play the game, you got to put money on it.
Well,
that's how you play well.
How many people on air peeps here on the station like swinging a golf club?
I don't know that there are many.
It's
just a
me
couple
and Jim?
players, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, maybe some other players, but I mean, actually, I know Mark is a good player. Mark Kanak, our guy.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good player. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. One thing I didn't get to ask you guys, by the way, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is there.
Hi.
Ross is here as well.
It's all true.
I didn't get a chance. Where does that fall in the lexicon of conversational
etiquette?
Etiquette. Like if you're in a general area like that and somebody's talking about something that's that lighthearted, like I'm not hearing a conversation about an unwanted pregnancy or a drug overdose or a car crash,
cancer,
or anything like that. I mean,
yeah.
it's a silly conversation about people, standing up to eat because of a thing. It wasn't like, I didn't feel like one guy looked at me a little odd for turning around and say something. Everybody else didn't really have a problem with it, but afterwards I'm like, maybe I shouldn't put my nose in somebody else's business, even though I really wasn't.
The story you overheard that chimed in was lighthearted. However, they were sitting at a table, right?
They were sitting at a table.
And you were sitting at a different table.
A different table, but behind them or in front of them or whatever. I mean, beside them.
So it's almost, you're like once removed. If you were at their table and didn't know them, then it seems like, yeah, it's appropriate because they're talking in front of you. But they weren't talking in front of you. They were talking behind you.
I had to turn around to comment.
He's going to try to naysay it.
No,
what do you think?
I'm not saying I wouldn't have done it, but I'm just saying it's, your instinct that it might have been wrong might be right.
Everybody does this. At some point, everybody will overhear a conversation that they're interested in and offer their 2 cents. That's the whole reason that saying exists.
Oh, that's me, baby.
Yeah, you want to offer your 2 cents. But would it have been rude for them to say, look, man, I'm not talking to you? I mean, but they could have been kind of crappy about it, but they weren't.
Yeah.
They laughed about it too. We all had a good chuckle about it, but.
No, I think you good. I think you nailed it. It's all about context. If you're talking about, my sister's in the hospital and you come in going, which one?
No, or is that true?
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is it really your sister or some? No, but when it's something as fun and lighthearted as that, that's where I come in hot.
Yeah, I think
that's one of my go-to moves.
I think I was kind of okay on that. My wife, it drives my wife crazy,
Jimmy,
when I do this.
Good, keep it up.
Because I do it. Like, I do it a little too often. I realize after doing it this time, I'm like, man, I do this a lot.
Yeah,
why do I do this so much? Why do I feel like people need to hear my opinion on stuff? I do not get that because it's not the case.
Well, how else are you going to meet other people?
I mean, we didn't have a lengthy conversation after that, but who knows, right?
Who knows? You don't know where the night goes. You want to be a yes man. And you know what? Guess what? If they look at you and go, we're having our conversation, you go, all right, moving on.
That's my fellow interjector right there.
I interject.
I'm an interjector. That's an interjector. Are you an interjector, Deb? You don't strike me as an interjector.
Yeah, not often. Not often.
Not gonna fire your opinion up for the general anonymous public.
I'd rather just save it if I'm going to discuss it with the people I'd want to talk about with. But then the other angle is that what if you did get into a long conversation and then pretty soon, you're getting 13 text messages in an hour. And,
What, they're texting you now?
Oh yeah, you become close friends.
I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, you can.
Yeah, you can.
It all depends on the moment and where you're at. Like if you're on a date night, I would imagine your wife wouldn't appreciate it on a date night because now you're taking time away from your time together for you to connect with strangers.
100%.
Right, but this was lunch of a golf tournament, so everyone there was a golfer.
It's all clamoring around. I mean, it wasn't like a form.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think
cool.
that gives an element of okayness.
Yeah.
to the whole thing.
But if I'm at a restaurant and I'm paying to sit down at a restaurant, like a reservation restaurant, and this conversation is happening behind me, I probably don't say a word.
Exactly.
Because those are like little contained events.
Exactly.
Like events.
You don't have any common experience. You, with those golfers, they may be at a different table, but you're all there for the same reason.
Exactly.
Are you an interjector, Jack?
Oh, yeah.
Are you really?
Sure.
Yeah, you walk around this.
I got things to say.
Listen,
It's fun.
I think I'm I could be the worst offender of that in this building. I will walk by people having a conversation, engineers, talking about stuff I don't even understand. What's going on, guys? Really, huh? The megahertz, and that's bad. You probably should just cross those wires up. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Just trying to make a conversation and be friendly.
Yeah, big fan. Big fan. And I think I'm pretty good at it.
Well, I would think you had to, because your job actually kind of classically conditioned you for this. Your job before this.
Just meeting and greeting people.
That's your thing.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I think I have had way better nights going out, having fun, drinking. You're drinking. What do you do when you drink? You talk more.
Right, exactly. You find people you have things in common with. I also think that the context of where this is a big factor as well. Like if you're at a bar and you're having, and I think also what you're talking about, we talked about that as well, but like if it's sports, like I think you can interject with sports almost any time. It's like sports conversations are almost built to be interjected into, because it's it can be a polarizing scenario.
And also, if you disagree in the world of sports, it's still, you're debating over something that's entertainment.
Yeah.
You're not the owner of the team.
Right. I don't know, though. I found that guys don't like when a woman talks smack the way that they do with their boys.
Well, then turn it up.
Because, like, I've noticed even here in the building, like I would razz, like, an engineer, maybe after a baseball game or something.
Oh, like it's like.
And the more smack I talked, I'd see that look in their eye, like, okay, now this isn't fun anymore. And I'm
really?
like, oh, okay.
Well, you have to tell me who that is.
Now,
don't do that again.
By talking smack, do you mean disagreeing, or are you calling him like a little boy?
Like if you were a big Tampa Bay Rays fan and the Rays lost to the worst team in baseball, and I just gave you some crap about it because I knew you're a big fan,
right?
And then you didn't take it so well,
yeah.
Like if I came in and the Yankees are on a 5-game losing streak to anybody, and I'm
let's just say I've never done that to Jack for that reason.
And well, it depends. If you have a friend that you commonly and would regularly talk baseball about, that's one thing. But if the only peep that I hear out of you is when the Yankees are doing bad, it tells me what kind of person you are.
But that's what you would do. Are you kidding? That's the same thing you would do. Oh, my God, are you kidding me? That's all you do is S on people.
That's your go-to move.
Right, exactly, Jack.
One of the first talkbacks we ever played was, Ross should be fired.
And the one he played today.
Hey,
the show was better when I was gone.
I didn't record them. I'm only playing what they give me.
But you're playing God.
It's the only one I had. I had to go back to Friday to get Jimmy with that one.
It took effort.
It did take it. You had to go. You had to archive that.
Yeah.
You had to go to the archiver and pull that.
I had to click page 2.
Get out of here.
But that's the thing. If you're going ahead, and if the Yankees or the Rays in that hypothetical, they're on a 10-game losing streak, and I bring it up, that's not disagreeing.
No, it's not.
That's like
trolling.
That is trolling. That's a perfect word.
But
but in certain circumstances, that's perfectly fine. Like we could troll each other all the time because we're friends and we understand it's with tongue in cheek.
It's borderline
and
the
I've
job.
trolled this person before.
It is 100% the job. There's a borderline.
Yeah, and I trolled this person. I mean, it had been back and forth between baseball season or football season.
They weren't fans, huh?
No. And it wasn't even like anything was said. It was just the vibe
What did
changed.
Frank do?
Yeah, I was about to say the very same thing.
The vibe changed. It was like, okay, this isn't fun anymore. And I was like, all right.
I learned that with the big boss, who's a big Alabama
Oh
fan.
my God, did I learn that way too?
Right? You can't
don't
joke.
joke.
I didn't learn my lesson yet.
You do not joke about that.
We made a spoof video for the holiday party of putting Gator stuff behind all of her Alabama stuff.
Oh no.
And she saw it at the party and she was like not thinking
happy.
it was funny.
Yeah, I said
at all.
I made one little
and it
joke.
was funny.
Something about, hey, good thing Alabama had a good weekend or something, and it was like, ooh, never say that again.
You know what she'll usually do if Alabama has a big loss like they've had the last few years?
Take the day off?
No. She sends out an email. She'll send out an email going, hey, I want to congratulate this team. Alabama really played hard. But in other words, I'm heading this over the pass. I do not want to hear your comments in the hallway.
Right, exactly.
I'm not interested at all.
I won't even make eye contact if Alabama doesn't play well.
I still bleed crimson.
Yeah, I won't even.
Man, there's certain things, you don't, I don't know. I wouldn't interject my
I'm feeling way too confident about that situation.
Which one's that, buddy?
I just feel very comfortable
Interjecting yourself into conversations?
No, just Alabama loss.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah, no, you should do that.
I mean, Jack just gave me scared.
She's pretty aggro, bro.
Yeah.
She gets pretty aggro about the Alabama thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of part of her identity kind of thing.
I wouldn't do it.
Her son went there. I mean, it's the thing.
She went there.
Yeah. Her dad went there, I think. All of her friends went there.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Sometimes
you
got to touch a hot stove.
You know who?
Yeah, okay.
You know who's an interjector? Larry is an interjector.
Larry does interject.
Larry is an interjector. Larry will roll up into your conversation.
Only if he thinks you're talking about food.
No.
Or if there's a chance he's going to get some.
And then Larry will start general conversations when I walk by him. Usually it's about news stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what do you think about this confirmation hearing? What do you think
Well, because you're the other Republican on the floor with them, so he's not going to talk to Ross, Jack, or myself about that.
He probably doesn't like half the stuff I say back to him because I think Republicans are doing a bunch of dumb stuff right now. So I don't think.
It's tough on regular Republicans right now.
All right, 407.
I like
regular.
Larry.
I like Larry too, and I don't mind that he interjects. It doesn't bother me.
And it's always nice to meet a man that I could take in a fight.
Oh, don't say that.
What?
Why would you possibly say that about another man?
Because
you're just taking his manhood from him by saying that.
No, I mean, he would have whooped my ass 20 years ago.
You're 100% sure it won't be now?
I'm not so sure.
I mean, he's in pretty good shape, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're working out with a homeless guy with a broke collarbone and stuff, but I mean, that guy rides like 70,000 miles a day on a bike and stuff. Dude's like 80.
I don't know. I got to take in, when in Rome. And my Rome is whenever I'm in a room with another man that I could fight.
I mean, I love Larry, too. He's a great guy, but I think a strong fart might knock him out.
Oh, man, that's not a good thing to say. All right, 407-916-1041. I told Deborah about this story before the show today. This is genuinely what this gentleman owns after being a DJ in some of the most popular one of the most popular clubs. He has something that's very unique. And I'll tell you what that is next. And when you hear it, you're going to freak out because we'll probably be seeing some of this a few months from now. But when I tell you what it is, you're going to think it's very cool. We'll talk about that next.
Orlando City remains on the West Coast to play the Portland Timber this Sunday. Coverage starts at 3:30 p.m. on our sister station, FM 96.9, The Game.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Well, officials still working to clear an accident causing delays both directions on US 192 east and westbound affected between Hickory Tree Road and Cypress Creek Ranch Road. There's also tie-ups from a crash on Dean Road at the 408 as well as Weingard Road, just south of Lancaster Road. Delays continue eastbound on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535 as well as westbound between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Start your day sizzling at Wawa with 2 for $5 Sizzlies in your favorite varieties, including the return of the Waffle Sizzly. Enjoy a delicious breakfast on the go. Gotta have a Wawa.
Man, if you are in need of a new fence, you gotta think Mossy Oak Fence. These guys are just at my house this week for another job. Love them. Beautiful new fence from Mossy is a great way to add appeal and value to your home. It's exactly what they did with the first run of fence. And these guys are fence freaks. Freaks for your quality, freaks on your satisfaction. They're skilled craftsmen, only use the very best materials, getting you the best results every single time. And Mossy Oak Fence sets the standard when it comes to quality. That's for sure. They back that quality up with the best warranty in the biz. If you need a new fence, you got to get with mossyoakfences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
Breakfast is sizzling at Wawa with 2 for $5 Sizzlies in all your favorite varieties, including the return of the sweet and savory Waffle Sizzly. For a double delicious breakfast on the go, choose any 2 varieties, including sausage, egg, and cheese on a toasted waffle, bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, the Sizzly burrito, and more. Stop by Wawa and grab any 2 Sizzlies for $5. Available 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Limited time only. Gotta have a Wawa. Wawa has bold new salads. For dinner, the cheeseburger salad. All of your favorite cheeseburger flavors, beef, cheese, cherry tomatoes, and pickles on a bed of crisp romaine. And the grilled chicken Caesar pasta salad. A classic Caesar salad kicked up a notch with grilled chicken and penne pasta. 2 salads fresh enough to call salad and bold enough to call dinner. Did we just reinvent dinner or redefine salad? Try the new dinner salads, made fresh at Wawa.
Man, the future of space travel is coming. Are you ready for liftoff? Opening later this year, you can explore the future of space exploration in the newest attraction. It's Gateway, the deep space launch complex at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Focuses on the present and future of the space exploration, enabling guests to experience the interstellar travel of tomorrow, the entire time celebrating what's happening right now with our space program. Current innovations of space exploration getting up and close to actual spacecraft, seeing visionary designs for solutions to propel the pathway of human deep space travel. These guys do it right. All this place is super amazing, and I'm sure this is going to be great as well. It's called Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex. Get your tickets now and learn more at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
All smashed up, don't know what to do. Just call Mo so you won't be singing the blues. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
At Checkers, we love our #1 famous seasoned fries, so we added the same secret blend of spices to create our new fry seasoned chicken tenders for Oscar, because he's been mixing concrete all day.
Hold on. Wait, where's my phone?
So we mixed up the flavors and coated some white meat chicken in Checkers' famous fry seasoning, just for him. Phones come and go, but flavors forever, Oscar. Now go get your new fry seasoned tenders. You've earned it. Fry seasoned chicken tenders, only at Checkers.
The body and healthy lifestyle you want is out there, and you can find it at Esporta Fitness. It's a new sports club with premium fitness amenities starting at just $9.99 a month. You know I'm always looking for a good deal, and I don't mean to brag, but I can afford $9.99 a month. Maybe you're getting a tax return. Take $9.99 a month out of that and invest in a healthier you. Try it for free. Get a free 3-day pass at Esporta Fitness near you at welcometoesportafitness.com. That's welcometoesportafitness.com. Premium fitness for as low as $9.99 a month. Start today. Subject to enrollment and annual fees.
Roof now, pay later. Tadlock Roofing offers the best financing in the industry. Get started at tadlockroofing.com.
One name in roofing stands on top. Tadlock.
Tadlockroofing.com.
Grab your family and watch the 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards Red Carpet Live, presented by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I want to see everybody. Shout out to all who got vaccinated, got your kids vaccinated.
So events like this are safer and just more enjoyable for all.
Live stream the exclusive Red Carpet pre-show March 22nd at 7/6 Central on iHeartRadio's Facebook and YouTube channel.
Thank you guys so much.
Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov.
Ahoy there, shrimp lovers. Try 3 new shrimply delicious dishes at Tijuana Flats. Crispy shrimp and corn tacos, fajita shrimp quesadilla, and garlic lime shrimp bowl. Order now at TijuanaFlats.com.
Over 130 4x4s in stock right now. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Speaking of archives, Jimmy, I started watching Archives on Netflix. Thank you for the advice, and it is good.
Crazy. Very
Welcome
good.
Back.
Thank
Bye.
you. Glad to be back. That's a talk back. You can do it as well. Go to the iHeartRadio app, find Real Radio, which is easy. Just search for it. It's right there. And then use that little microphone to leave us a little message there. Yeah, Archive 81 was the show she was talking about.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's damn good.
Spooky.
Looking for something fresh to watch right now, though. Kind of in a weird space. We started watching Maisel, but somebody put up on that's the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yes.
I think this is the 3rd season, 3rd or 4th.
I think they might have started the 4th. I kind of dropped out in the 2nd season.
And somebody put up a perfect statement about that show. She is the least likable thing about the program. All the other actors, Tony Shalhoub, and all the other actors around her are absolutely amazing. Very good.
You're looking for something to watch.
Yeah. So, I mean, always looking for something to watch.
Have you watched Peacemaker yet?
No.
It's a lot of fun.
Is it?
It is.
What about a movie nominated for Best Film?
What's that?
Coda.
I'm not watching the Cry movie.
Watch the Cry movie.
Yeah, because I heard Jack called you up bawling about it too. You're right. It's so emotional. Blah,
That
blah,
is
blah, blah, blah.
not true and correct.
Pretty accurate. You cried, though, did you not?
I say, what is cry anyway?
Did you have a tear leave your eye for any reason?
Yes, for
Then
any
you cried.
reason, absolutely.
Then you cried, baby. It's a movie. What are you wrong?
See, you're part of the problem.
You're not,
you are part of the
I
problem.
will watch it.
Are you man enough to watch it?
I will watch it and eat nachos.
Are you man enough to watch it?
I will watch it and eat nachos.
Well, then
I
watch
will
it
watch
tonight.
it and talk football.
All right.
That's what I'll do.
All right. We'll get your report tomorrow.
Probably blubber before they get the credits done.
We know
I think
you
I've
will.
cried on the air more than I've smiled on the air.
I like also your definite.
I'm a blubbering fool. Are you kidding? I'm an emotional nightmare.
I like how that was a fun definition of a man right there. I will watch it and eat nachos, jalapenos too.
Get at me. All right, so I told you guys there's something very interesting coming up here pretty soon. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with it or who's going to do what with it, but let me tell you the story of a photographer by the name of Charles Daniels. Charles Daniels, let me make sure I got this right, worked at a famous place called the Boston Tea Party, which
I've heard of it.
which was a concert venue in Boston, Massachusetts.
Never mind.
All right. It was open from 1967 to 1970 in 2 locations. He was the only MC at both locations. He called himself the Master Blaster, and he was a flamboyant MC, but he also took photographs. He had his handy little camera there, and as he schmoozed these celebrity musicians, he was also able to capture countless unguarded moments from some of the most famous rock icons in the history of recorded music. Led Zeppelin, The Who, The Faces, Grateful Dead are just a few. Allman Brothers Band, Pink Floyd, Fleetwood Mac, Joe Cocker, Frank Zappa, the Chicago. Here's the catch. He never got any of the film developed.
Oh, no.
He currently has 3,200 rolls of film on his person that could contain some of the most iconic photographs, personal, up close, green behind the green room, backstage of these bands when they're touring in the very beginning of their careers. 67 through 70, I mean, Zeppelin would have been like right in the infancy of their career, I believe. Or right maybe at that first or second or third album that have been touring behind that. Same thing with Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, The Grateful Dead. 3,200 rolls of film sitting there ready to be developed. How crazy is that?
That's awesome. That's the closest thing you can have to a time machine.
It is. And when I read this story, I was like, I literally cannot wait to see when they start developing this film. Hopefully it's still good.
That's my question.
30 years old. Hopefully it's still good. He said he took good care of it, kept it in containers, out of light, out of the area, no water or anything like that. Peter, and you look, just looking at a couple of these photographs.
So what's he doing? Looking for a buyer?
I don't know I don't know how the story even got out. He just wound up, I guess the story, just somebody found out about this. And he basically just started contacting the guy, and the guy said, yeah, I've got all these rolls of film. And look, just a couple of these pictures. Look at this. That's Keith Richards backstage just having a cigarette before they go on. Wow. Look at this one. Hold on real quick.
It'd be like Annie Leibovitz just all of a sudden going, hey, I've got like decades worth of rock star photographs.
And here he is right here introducing Jeff Beck to come on stage when Jeff Beck was just a nobody guitar player. Jagger, like in mid-jump, man, some of these things are incredible. That is so crazy. I read this story today and I was like, man, this is going to be, when this hits the market, some of these photographs, like just a couple of them here, the Rod Stewart photographs just from behind, when he's just starting out in his career in the late 60s.
Right.
Before he's even Rod Stewart of the disco era or any of that. I don't even think he was he was the Faces at the time. It was undeveloped, hidden away from the world for decades. A push to process the unseen film has gained momentum over the years. I can't even imagine how much it's going to cost to do this.
I wonder if Summer of Soul, that great documentary that Questlove put out, just that we had, Jack, you had recommended it for What'd You Do That's New.
Right.
And
nominated for an Oscar, by the way.
Exactly. 50 years of, this footage of one of the biggest gatherings in Harlem and all the years.
Right,
and
right.
Nobody knew it existed.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's that story that made this guy go, wait a minute, I'm kind of sitting on a treasure trove of rock and roll history that's never been delved into. Let's see what we've got.
It says right here, it says, we realize how much truly old and difficult to develop film they had. They started looking for a lab that specialized in that kind of film.
Archive 81.
Yeah, because it's funny. Even because, even if you took good care of it, it's still 30 years old. 30,
exactly.
40, 50 years old.
And what happens if you develop those photos and you start seeing things that, kind of warps a legacy or two?
Oh, yeah. You're right. That could be crazy.
Oh.
I mean, you could see stuff on this. I mean, because in the 60s, it was a different machine.
Yeah, it was.
And it says, she said, the woman who handles the processing or is looking for the lab says we regularly get film in from the 20s, and they're able to pull images and some clips from film that's even 100 years old. So they think that they're going to be able to get some quality images out of this. And it could, like Ross said, it could really change the history of some of these bands, or maybe add to the legacy of some of these bands.
Yeah, some of those photos are going to be really cool memories. Some of those photos could be evidence.
Yeah, right. Man, he's got so many good ones of the Stones, and you would think because the camera is like one of those little cameras that uses rolls like this, it didn't look like a real nice camera. Man, the pictures are crisp, some of the ones that they have. Simply amazing, man.
That old Kodak camera?
It says it's remains to be seen whether or not it was preserved well enough to offer high-quality photos from the decades-old film. He all shot, everything was in black and white. It was a Kodachrome. So it was one of those old Kodachrome cameras.
Didn't Paul Simon sing about that?
Wow, man.
He did.
Yeah. Man, what a cool story. Absolutely cool story. So we're kind of looking forward to, I'll give you a look at this, Deborah. Look at all of this film this guy's just sitting in front of. Hold on, I'll show you the picture. That's all of it right there. Look. Whoa. Those are all rolls of film, and that's bags full of rolls of film.
How many of you guys have rolls of undeveloped film at home?
No, I tell you, one of the big things in garage selling is to go to find old cameras and take the film out of it and buy it, and then go get it developed. That's like a thing.
That's spooky.
It is spooky.
That is spooky.
I'll tell you another thing, too, is buying other people's photo albums right now.
What?
Yeah, just to get the crisp pictures and the story of it. They offer that as like coffee table books for their homes. Other people photo albums from like 100 years ago. And
That's weird.
That's creepy.
Well, from 100 years ago?
Well, yeah,
but okay. You're not saying like, oh, this happened last June and this is the Robinson family down the street.
I saw one 2 weekends ago at a little spot that we go to, and all the pictures were from the 30s.
I think that's cool.
And it was very cool because you got to remember, photographs back then were very expensive. To get a photo developed, to have a photo book with your family and everything in there, that's like the stuff of aristocracy. So when you see one
I'm with Ross. If you're talking an antique photo album, that's different than like something from the 80s.
No, I'm talking about one where it's got little pieces of silk in the corners, and you slide the photograph into these little pieces of silk so it can be displayed.
Okay, that's different.
No sheets of plastic with that waxy glue back thing.
Right.
We're talking really nice leather bound.
Oh yeah, that's different. I would get one of those.
And it's just you don't even know the people. And it's just there's something eerily cool about it. You're just looking at somebody else's history, and you're like just kind of put yourself in a situation like what was going on in these people's lives. They're sitting on an old like 30s Packard, and it's just it was just like, and it's perfectly clean, clear, black and white. Those, and you look at it, it's like, man, that person's probably 95 years old if they're even alive.
Right,
now.
exactly.
And they're like 2 in the picture.
Exactly.
So looking forward to this. I hope they continue with this story so that we can kind of find out what kind of images. I would sit there and flip through every one of them.
Would you really?
I would. I love stuff like that. When I go to these things, I'll find stacks of pictures and I'll just sit and look through them. I don't know why, man. I don't know why it's so fascinating.
So you're the guy who would look at someone else's photo album on a coffee table.
I would.
All right.
You wouldn't find 100-year-old family photographs even if they're not yours interesting?
No, I would, but you're talking about people buying them. It seemed like a weird thing to buy for your coffee table, like someone else's.
But it's a great conversation starter because, hey, what's that book? Well,
don't know.
It's interesting. I found this in a shop or whatever, and it's family photos from a family I've never met, but they're 100 years old, and it kind of tells a story about the family. To me, it's interesting.
Yeah, no, that's super cool.
You think so too?
I think,
but you like old stuff. You're like an old soul.
But if that's like anything, younger than like this, 80s, 70s, it gets a little weird for me.
Younger, what do you mean? Before that?
Well, like, it's like, oh, these photos were taken in 92.
Oh, no.
You're like,
I would not do that. That's weird because those people are probably still alive.
They're still alive.
This thing's like 3.5 inches thick. It's probably got 100 photos in it. And they're all like, you got to remember back in the day, it wasn't like just a photo in the frame, the edge of the photo would be like professionally written, like part of the photograph, like where it was, Miami Springs, 1939.
Oh, that's so cool.
April 3rd or whatever. It has that printed professionally across the bottom as part of the development process.
All right.
Simply cool stuff, man. All right, 407-916-1041. Hey, Denver, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys? Hey, on this film thing, they're going to have no problem developing it. My parents passed away about 4 years ago. We found 100 and something of rolls of undeveloped film. Like Ross said, it was a time capsule. Some of those films went back to my mom when she was 16, 17 years old. When she died, she was almost 60 years old. So they're going to have no problem pulling the pictures off this if the guy took care of it like they were nothing.
Yeah, that's cool, man. They say that they can do it with 100-year-old film, so I hope they do it because I don't know why it's so, like, abandoned buildings. This is kind of part of that weird fascination I have with abandoned stuff. Like stuff that, like, if you look at that book, and that book represents a family that had a life and uncles and aunts and cousins, and they got together, and this little book that just wound up in some random shop represented that at one point. And now it's just some random book in a shop.
No, not at all. But you would be that guy who would stand in front of the painting from George Seurat. They just talked about this on CBS Sunday Morning yesterday, wondering about the stories of the people in the painting.
Yes.
That would be what you would do.
I would, yes.
Yeah, you would wonder, okay, what's their story? Why do they have a monkey?
You would tell you what happened when... Right, exactly.
Because there's a monkey in the painting, and it's always a question.
Right.
Why do they have a monkey?
Somebody, when we used to go down the springs and go down to Inchtuckney Springs, somebody found 2 of those, like, disposable cameras in a bag and, like, turned them in. I was like, oh, God, what'd you turn those in?
Right.
Man, don't you find this camera? Why wouldn't you don't go get that developed? You never
See
know.
what's on it.
That's like a Christmas present. Like one of those things with undeveloped film. Don't you want? How interesting is that?
I have a couple of those disposable cameras.
So do I.
That are just I
At
have
home.
to get developed, but so I'm figuring they're at least 20 years old.
Oh, you got to do it, Jack.
Same here.
I have one, and I know it's bad. Oh, I'm kind of embarrassed by this, but let's shoot the gap.
You have one that's undeveloped right now, and you know for a fact?
I have a disposable camera that's I have not made the photos exist. What's the word? Developed.
Developed, right? Yeah.
Okay, nailed it. And it was of me and my first ever girlfriend.
What?
Yeah.
When I was in high school.
Dude,
what were the photos?
I'll pay for it.
Wait, what were the photos?
I'll pay for it. Just
Jimmy,
bring it to me
let
and I'll
him
pay
finish.
for it.
Well, yeah, no, it's not nothing bad.
I can't do that
okay.
with those back in the day. No
it's not-
timer on those.
It's not 15 and 13. Yeah, she lied to me, by the way. I feel like that's worth noting. She said she was 14.
Okay, dude, you're both underage. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. So, but I thought it would have been a really good gift. It was like a 1-year anniversary. But I took all of these photos, and then for the 1-year anniversary, I was going to give her all these photos of me and her, like on dates and at the melting pot and stuff.
Then who broke up with
Well,
who?
yeah, we broke up.
Yeah. You have to bring that to me tomorrow.
Listen, this is really cool. You guys have set something off. I have a bunch of photos from World War II of my grandfather overseas. I often wonder whose family members are in these photos that don't even know they exist. Someone else just texted, I just found 4 rolls of Tina Turner concert in Dallas from 1997, front row.
Dude.
I can't wait to, that would be fun because like Jack and Ross, I have rolls of film that I have boxes.
You guys are killing me.
I literally have a plastic tote that's full of nothing but undeveloped film rolls.
Is that film rolls or undisposable cameras?
Both
Or
in some
disposable.
cases.
What
yeah.
are you guys doing?
Well, it was weird, man.
Costs money.
I had my heart broken. I didn't develop the photo.
You have to bring. Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
You have to bring it to me tomorrow.
You know what's really weird too?
Find the photo mat.
I think it's been in the same spot since we broke up.
Like at your house and like
my nightstand.
It's in your nightstand. The keeper of the sock.
The keeper of the sock dungeon.
That's where you.
Well, you don't bring it to me now. Then
No,
I'll put it in the bag
because-
and bring it to me.
It's because your fiance just heard that. Now she's grabbing it now. Now she's going to get it
She
developed.
didn't care about that stuff.
No,
Yeah,
because he was 15, she
I
was
was-
13. But
Yeah.
she will get
Well,
them developed and blow them up and embarrass him with it.
Yeah, that's why she's grabbing them.
You,
That's why I
Ross,
grab it.
I'm dead serious. If you want to have if you would like to have a web complete blast. If you bring me those, I'll get them developed. We'll get digitals of them, and we'll put it up online as a flip through. I think I would love to see that.
Do you have any undeveloped film at home?
No, I'm not like that, man. I want it developed immediately. I don't do any. No,
that's good.
Yeah, I developed it. I would run it to. I would run it to the photo lab.
And they still do the developing at Walgreens or I think
CVS.
at CVS.
Yeah,
so your pharmacies will still develop it, even if Publix doesn't.
All right, 407-916-1041. Hey, Al, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey there, how you doing?
Good, brother.
Hey, we go to estate sales all the time in Titusville, and we found these big cans of 8mm film, and they would be labeled like Saturn V launch and all these different kinds of launches. So, and we didn't have any way to play it. I called everywhere to see if I could find a film projector. Nobody has film projectors, so I just took a chance and sent it all to a Texas company. They digitized it for me, sent it back, and it is incredible footage of the Saturn V rollouts. This man and woman spending time in Cocoa Beach. Over at Patrick Air Force Base. It's just amazing.
Dude, you know what's crazy? If you remember, thanks for your call, buddy. If you remember, did this just happen to the Space Center? Just not even 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, whatever, where they were going through and clearing stuff out of the Space Center over there and found boxes and boxes. And in one of those boxes was one of the only copies of a certain launch. And it was just kind of back there stuffed in the archives, just in the back of the room.
Because part of that experience as well, if you're looking back at footage from the 30s, 20s, way back then, 100 years ago, is that you're having a personal connection with it because you're the only one who has seen it in a very long time. You can go ahead and YouTube stuff from the 20s and 30s. You can look at that. That's already on the internet.
You're holding this in your hand, though,
you
dog.
have the one copy.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, man.
That's a lot of weight.
All right, 407. Bring me that tomorrow. Don't F around. Bring it to me. I'll pay you for it.
Ross.
Just do it. Look, I will let you see them before anybody else sees them. I'm not here to embarrass you.
I'm just so glad he did this to you and not me. No,
you got to bring some in, too. I want you to pick 5 of those rolls randomly out of that thing, and I'll go get them done.
You even know where to? You got to go to Palatka to find someone who develops film now, right?
Yeah, no, there's a guy out in the woods that does it in an old pot.
And you're gonna see the girl I lost my virginity to.
Whoa! Dude, you didn't tell us all that about that age thing.
You keep giving more information.
Yeah, so you should just shut up.
And she brought a gun to my school.
Oh,
Jesus, man!
Yeah.
You guys were a match made in heaven.
You definitely have to bring me that camera now.
Now we're gonna have to blur her face when we post these online.
No,
is she in jail?
No, worse. Canada.
Oh, 407-916-1041 trivia is next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
It's a new era in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson enters, Baker Mayfield exits. The Baker era ended like you thought it would, or at least like I thought it would. He burned bridges, overly emotional, combative at every turn. Now he wants the Colts, but does Indy even want him? His Browns exit has been classic Baker. Did you expect anything different? I'm Colin Cowherd.
Staples has your remote workspace covered with functional furniture and organizational items curated by Staples Work From Home Style Squad. This week, save up to $100 on select chairs. Offer ends 3/26, limit 2, in-store only. Explore solutions for your remote workspace at Staples.
Man, a strong home begins with a strong foundation. The guys from Zano 521 know that. The premier concrete coating experts here in Central Florida. These coatings are tough. Crew is tough as well. Headed up by a former Army Ranger and Special Ops soldier, and they employ vets as well. All their techs employees of the company, no subcontractors, and Zano 521 makes the tough stuff. These coatings are up to 6 times stronger than epoxy. That's old news epoxy, by the way. And unlike epoxies, that base coat fully cures in just 24 hours. The color choices are amazing. They can match whatever space you have, and they're made to last. 100% UV stable. What that means is patios, pool decks, driveways, garages, no problem. Lifetime warranty against fading or yellowing. 15-year warranty against popping or peeling. That top coat, non-porous, super easy to maintain, no mold or mildew, no gas, grease, or oil stains. That won't mess with it. Coatings are tough, gorgeous as well, and they're professional and efficient. This team will walk you through every step of the way, prepping every surface, making sure you know what happens every moment, and then you have that beautiful surface you're going to love for so many years. For that free, no obligation, no pressure estimate, visit the website. It's Xano521.com. That's Xano521.com.
If you're not careful, you can overpay for a diamond by thousands of dollars.
Most people go from store to store, website to website shopping for diamonds or looking for 4Cs.
International Diamond Center's Robbie Blue says looking at the 4Cs is not enough.
There are many other criteria that affect how a diamond will look and how it will price out that very few informative sources will tell you about.
That's why at IDC you get a thorough diamond education, learn the inside secrets, and understand how to avoid a costly mistake.
A to Z, from Z back to A, to make sure you understand the investment that you're making and making sure you don't overinvest. In the jewelry industry, you don't get that everywhere. You just get, it's pretty, it's this price, I'll discount it, do you want to buy it? And they don't care if they ever see you again.
So even if you don't buy from IDC, come see us first to learn how to be a smart shopper and buy like a dealer buys. International Diamond Center. Get store hours and directions and learn more at shopidc.com.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
We're very happy with Fence Outlet. They walked us through the entire process and gave us great information and advice. They went way above and beyond for us, and our fence looks amazing.
Get your quote today at fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
The Zombies live. Life is a merry-go-round tour. Friday, April 1st at the Plaza Live. The psychedelic pop of the Zombies. Special guest, Bruce Sudano. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Zombies. Produced by AEG Presents.
Why Safe Touch? Safe Touch cameras are event-driven, watching for events before they happen, alerting you immediately so you can react. For $39.95 a month, get 3-color cameras, 24-hour recording, secure storage, and more. Visit safetouch.com for a free survey and demonstration. License number ZF233LVA.
This is Alec Baldwin. The new season of my podcast, Here's the Thing, is returning on iHeartRadio. It's my chance to talk to artists, policymakers, and performers, like comedian Tim Dillon.
I couldn't tell you my congressman. I know every maitre d' of every restaurant. I know who's working Craig's. I know who's working all the places I want to go. Who's at El Pastel?
When I'm in town, you come with. We're going to go to Craig's. Listen to Here's the Thing with me, Alec Baldwin, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Over 85 employers under one roof at the Central Florida Job Fair on March 23rd, indoors at the Central Florida Fairgrounds on West Colonial Drive in Orlando from 12 until 4 p.m. All job seekers welcome. Get details at cfec.org.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Near historically low rates combined with rising home values means that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about our smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. And MLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Hi, my name's Joe Cordell. Sometimes in divorce, courts require the higher earner to pay to the other party what's called spousal support or alimony. Usually this order can be modified in certain circumstances, but such modifications are often complicated and are best entrusted to attorneys that are well acquainted with such matters. Remember, you're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, Jimmy, good to have you back. Glad you had fun golfing. My family only eat with our left hands, and we eat naked, standing backwards at the dinner table. Love you, buddy.
That's odd.
My shoes, my toes are busted. My kitchen says my
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. If you want to leave us a talk back like that fine gentleman, you can do that. Just go to the iHeartRadio app and use the Real Radio section. Microphone's right there. Send it right on over. All right, 407-916-1041. We still have one line open for trivia?
So, yes.
What's going on?
The reason why is because it's my fault.
Why is it your fault?
Yeah, explain this. Explain this.
Oh, God.
It was good.
Like, can we talk about this off air?
No, what happened, dude? Why did you do this? Usually it's like, you have to usually wipe the lines out 4 or 5 times.
Are you bringing in your undeveloped film tomorrow?
We'll find out.
No, you're going to, because, you screwed this up.
I didn't screw it up. I am trying to help the integrity of our trivia game.
I'll tell you what, I'll let this play out, then we can go from there. How's that?
All right.
He wants to have a more diverse pool of players. Some people get in right away, and then sometimes you see the same names. So he was trying to open it up for people who don't normally get in.
All right, we do have one line open, so hop in. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim, Deb, and Jack are here as well. Let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
All aboard!
All aboard indeed.
Choo-choo. I have a beautiful pair of tickets to Monster Jam.
Oh, man. You ever been to a Monster Jam show, Ross?
I have not.
Oh, it's
I heard they're great.
I got to tell you, buddy.
It's an experience.
It doesn't seem like it'd be a lot of fun. It's crazy fun.
Yeah.
But I got 2 tickets to Monster Jam World's Finals.
World Finals, baby.
We get it. Orlando loves Monster Jam. They bring the good stuff here every year because we sell out the stadium like every year, without question, standing room only.
No reason, but I'm rooting for Portugal.
Okay.
That's going down May 21st and May 22nd at Camping World Stadium. Oh, World Stadium. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Get your tickets now
Portugal.
at Ticketmaster.com. Let's go, Portugal! That is your sauce jar, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company that can handle your move, local or long distance, residential or commercial. If you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you'll get a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O Moving.com. Jim, back to you.
Thank you so much, Deborah. I deeply appreciate that wonderful plug for our friend Cento.
Yeah.
You mad at me for something? What'd I do?
No.
Okay, good. Ross, who goes first?
Okay.
All right, let's welcome Mike.
What'd you do, Ross, dude? What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. All I did was root for Portugal. Let's welcome Mike.
Mike, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing just fine, Jeff.
I'm glad to hear that. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Game show.
All right, Mike, you know the deal. This is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is a lie. If you can find that one, I will send you to the sauce jar, and you get all that fun stuff that Ross just talked about. Trip to Portugal and whatnot.
No, not what I said.
That Ross is paying for it.
Rooting for them.
All right, you ready, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. On this day in 1935, the country formerly known as Persia is officially renamed to Iran.
Yeah.
On this day in 1935, it went from being Persia to Iran. Here are 3 fun facts about Iran and one oasis of a lie.
Yeah.
Number 1, Iran's capital city, Tehran, is known as the nose job capital of the world. More per capita than Los Angeles. Number 2, in Iran, gender assignment surgery is not only legal, it's also very common. Number 3, Iran has one of the oldest populations in the world, with 25% of the population being over 60 years old. And lastly, the sport of polo began in Iran. Which one of those is a lie?
Number 2.
Number 2 is absolutely true.
No way.
Think about it. What happens if you're gay in Iran?
Well, they kill you.
They throw you off a building. So if you're gay and you don't want to be killed, you go for gender reassignment.
But I wouldn't even think they would have medical professionals that would even allow that to be done.
It's surgery is perfectly accepted and legal and very common in Iran.
Wow.
Who's next?
Let's welcome Scott.
Scott right there on line 4. Scott, how are you, buddy?
Outstanding.
Oh, you sons of a bitch. Got me. Hadn't done that one in a while. Good job, buddy. What was your real name?
It is Scott.
Okay, your real name is Scott. Okay, we'll just go with that then. Seem to be digging a deeper hole here. All right, buddy, tell me which one of these is, or ma'am, whatever. Tell me which one of these is fake. Number 1, Iran's capital city, Tehran, is known as the nose job capital of the world, more than L.A. even. Number 2, Iran is one of the oldest populations in the world, with 25% of the population being over 60 years old. And lastly, the sport of polo began in Iran.
Number 1.
Number 1 is true as well. Iran's capital city is known as the nose job capital of the world.
What?
And if you think about it, it makes sense. What can't women show in Iran? anything but their
face.
face. So their nose has to be perfect. And men do it as well, by the way.
Wow.
It's a big deal. All right, who's next?
Let's welcome Braden.
Braden, how you doing?
Hey, good.
Good. All right, buddy, here we go. Talking about Iran. Tell me which one of these is not true. Iran has one of the oldest populations in the world, with 25% of the population being over 60 years old. And lastly, the sport of polo began in Iran.
The first one is a lie.
The first one is a lie, buddy. You're right.
Hey!
Iran actually has one of the youngest populations in the world, with a giant portion of their population being under 30. 60% of the population of Iran is under 30 years old.
There's hope for the future.
A couple other things you may not know about Iran that you will now know. What do you think their biggest export is?
Oh.
Not oil?
It is oil.
Oh, okay.
What do you think their second biggest is? It's carpets and rugs.
Oh, Persian rugs.
Persian carpets are said to be perfect. So much so that the weavers of rugs will intentionally make a mistake in the body of the rug because only God is perfect.
That's also why you never see like paintings of fruit or animals or people, because they're not allowed to put themselves on the same level with the creator.
Absolutely.
Did you just say their slogan? What was that? They do something bad to their rugs because they only want God to be perfect?
Because the Persian rugs are said to be perfect rugs, woven perfectly. The stitching is perfect. So the weavers of these rugs will actually make a mistake because only God is perfect. A couple other things real quick. In Iran, condoms are provided for free. In fact, Iran has the Middle East's only free condom factory. In Iran, on important Islamic dates, the government will provide you with a free wedding. That includes guest lists up to 500 people.
Damn.
What am I doing here?
Poetry is a cultural norm in Iran. As a matter of fact, most Iranians can quote many Persian poems, and many famous poets and playwrights were influenced by Persian poetry. And lastly, neckties are forbidden in Iran because they are representative of a bougie and elitist Western culture.
Wow. Okay.
What's coming up for the Monday Lounge, brother?
Welcome to the Monday Lounge.
You're not there yet.
The Monday Lounge awaits you. We, of course, are going to share each other's Monday blues away into a smooth, cool way.
We'll do that next.
Your emotional support radio station.
We got a raccoon.
Because there's a wait list.
You just can't let it out of its cage.
For animals, Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are still on scene of an accident causing big delays east and westbound on US 192 between Hickory Creek Road and Cypress Creek Ranch Road. Be prepared to be diverted away from the scene. It's heavy still eastbound on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Traffic's building westbound too between Parr Street and Colonial Drive, and also between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big with wide format signs and banners. Right now, get $10 off custom printed signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Offer ends 5/28. Visit staples.com/signage for details. This is your sign to print big at Staples.
It will not be long at all before outside will be no fun. Here in Central Florida, that happens for 4 or 5 months. The great thing is we have Mills Air here in Central Florida, and I strongly suggest a call to these guys if you're having AC problems, because they're very good at what they do. 30 years of experience in Central Florida. That's not easy to have happen. They're very good at it. Their techs are awesome people, very smart. They know this stuff inside and out. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. They know it, and they have the parts to fix it immediately. Plus, they're Carrier Factory authorized dealers. That can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly turn to our friends over at Mills Air. Call today, schedule that appointment, 407-277-1159. You can make it online at millsair.com.
When you understand and you believe in the client, that gives you all the power you need to take on any insurance company. And you have to be able to care, because if you don't care, you can't help. Farah and Farah, here for you, here for good.
Orlando.
Roof now, pay
pay later. Tadlock Roofing offers the best financing in the industry. Get started at tadlockroofing.com.
One name in roofing stands on top. Tadlock.
Tadlockroofing.com.
Tools help us tackle all kinds of challenges. The same goes for financial tools, like an Amscott cash advance. Up to $500 when you need it, with no credit check. Get started at amscott.com. Some restrictions apply.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired their personal trainer as a caterer.
All right, folks, let's keep this line moving. You there with the tongs. Picking up one Duchess potato at a time will not cut it at my catering table. Drop and give me 50.
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
Okay, this is what we call the wild mushroom and asparagus dip, and press. Come on, let's get those plates above your heads.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
The Fence Outlet team is knowledgeable and professional. They have fair prices and they take care of the permits. I'm very happy with my Fence Outlet fence.
Check them out for yourself at fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
This is Robert Palmer, president of RP Funding, and we've paid over $80 million in closing costs. Visit rpfunding.com to see how much we'll pay for your refinance, or call 855-773-8634.
Terms and conditions apply. We must 7168 equal housing.
Forged from the fusion of sweet honey and spicy spice.
Translation: Wendy's new hot honey chicken sandwich and biscuit are here.
A molten sweet heat cast atop an inferno of flavor.
Translation: a bold hot honey sauce drizzled over Wendy's spicy chicken.
And topped with applewood smoked bacon.
What he said.
Venture to Wendy's for the new hot honey chicken sandwich or breakfast biscuit.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's hot honey chicken biscuit only includes crispy chicken and hot honey sauce and is only available during breakfast hours.
Hey, Orlando business owners, stop overpaying for internet and phone. Switch to Spectrum Business and get Orlando's best deal for small businesses. Get blazing fast internet speeds of 600 megabits per second for just $49.99 a month, and phone for just $19.99 a month. Taxes and fees included. That's faster internet at an incredible price. Other providers don't even come close. Make the switch to Spectrum Business. Visit business.spectrum.com/ultra.
O'Reilly. Improve visibility and save money at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Replace your old wiper blades with a new pair of Rain-X Advantage wiper blades and save $10 now at O'Reilly. Our professional parts people will even install them for free. See better and drive safer with new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts, in-store or online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look, an emu wearing sunglasses.
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Any legal issue, Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
This is a Shark Tank.
Here we go again.
remix of Car Wash? Who's doing this? Who ruined it? How can you ruin a song about a car wash? All right. Starting to feel a little bit now.
This would be Christina Aguilera and Missy Elliott.
I don't know, dude.
Timeless.
I don't know, man. The first one was so damn good.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah, that's right. Here it comes. Oh, Christina, what's up? All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am the Jim part. Deb is the Deb part.
Hello.
She's right there. Jack is here as well.
Yeah, I'm the Jack part.
And you are the Jack part. You are the Jack a lot of things. And Ross is here with the Monday Lounge.
Ooh. It's weird.
Soothe down.
It's funny.
Sponsored by Ice.
Sometimes.
Suede.
This needs to be sponsored, by the way. The Monday Lounge is sponsorable.
Like sauce.
It's a lot of play.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Who would like to do the honor on the Monday Lounge?
Who did it last time? I think we did a collective last time, right?
So let's. Oh, I was gonna. Yeah.
If you're just joining us, the Monday Lounge has lounge music, and the lounge music is hooked up to a clapper.
Mm-hmm.
We just await anybody to clap twice. Deb, you can hit it 2 times.
There you go.
Oh, that bossa
is this
nova.
a samba? Is this a bossa nova?
Bossa nova.
There you go.
Bossa Nova, Rossa Nova, as long as you go ahead and spend that night.
If you're on a cruise ship and you hear this music, I can tell you one thing. There's old people around. And they're drinking champagne.
Well, bingo, my B5.
And at 9:15, they're way past their bedtime and living it up.
If this is your first time joining us on the Monday Lounge, let me communicate the purpose and the reasoning for the seasoning.
And we apologize.
We go ahead and we share our Monday blues while we sip a interesting Monday Lounge drink. Who wants to have a drink?
Can I tell you, I'd love a drink.
The name of this drink is called the White American.
The White American?
Yeah, because we can't say Russian anymore. Anybody want a White American? Have you ever had one?
Mm-mm.
It's whiskey, ranch dressing, and pancake mix. Mind the clumps. Time for humps. The Monday Lounge.
Can I tell you something? The pancake mix might be the most expensive thing in that drink in a couple weeks.
Exactly.
The Monday Lounge is always hosted by me, myself, and I, Triple H, hemorrhoids, herpes, and HPV, baby.
Man, gotta say baby.
Who wants to go first? Ooh, Deb will.
Ooh. Wow, it's a swerve.
I'm not used to a man saying I get to go first.
This is... Ooh, well, welcome to the Monday Lounge, where it's the fun day lounge for you, my lady. And by fun day, I mean this is breaking news. You do not know this about you, yourself, and your situation.
Deb, got a message for you. I think your Facebook or Instagram was hacked.
Yeah.
In case you already know this, forget the message. But I got a weird DM from you.
It's
Knew
not
it couldn't
mine.
be you. Just thought I'd give you a warning.
Yeah.
Sent you a message about it.
What was the weird
Love
DM?
you guys. Bye.
No, it wasn't. It was just like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that it's not an I am, it's a DM.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you hit it with some AOL vibes a couple of hours
I'm
ago.
just saying, instant messaging can be for a lot of different apps.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, because I live app life, so I know these things.
I didn't give you a hard time, so you guys think I'm the evil one. They're the ones who called you out. He laughed at the time. She's bringing it back now.
Yeah, Jack, this one incident does not
To
absolve you of
teach you.
25 years of being a douchebag.
To teach you.
24.
All right, guys, the Monday Lounge. We don't share Monday blues about each other.
And you know what?
Why not?
Read the sign.
I think my first 6 months of an internship, I don't think I was too douchey.
Why are you being corrected about that?
23 and a half.
Who goes next?
All right, just polished off this White American, and the pancake mix is sticking to the roof of my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
What's that, raw batter? I love it.
This past Friday, I went out for a birthday dinner.
Nice.
Because I kind of forgot it was my roommate's birthday.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I thought, well, I can't buy him anything that I really want, so let's take him out for dinner. Big mistake.
Where'd you take him?
I went to a steakhouse.
Oh, yeah?
And I thought I was going to just get away for under $100.
There's a bunch of different kind of steakhouses. Which one did you go to?
Did you pay?
He ordered multiple ducks.
Oh, you ordered ducks, like plural?
2 ducks.
Why would you need to eat 2 ducks?
Because the first one, and I quote, was so good. 2.
Who paid for this dinner?
Me.
Was it at a place that starts with a K?
Yeah.
Don't you have a wedding and a new AC system you need to put in?
Ross, what are you doing?
And he ordered a second entree?
He ordered a second entree.
Wow, dude, that's a douchey move.
For people who do not understand, the restaurant is, you know, it's a noted steak restaurant in downtown Orlando where it's not cheap to eat.
So he spent, what, close to $1.20 for 2 ducks.
So what I had to do was start drinking my feelings away.
Okay, that happens.
So I had some pecan old fashioned.
Oh, man, you like that drink.
That is a delicious substance right there.
All right.
Raccoon Man, my lips were wet.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay.
I would drink 4 of those right now on the air.
I had the first one. I'm looking at and I taste it. I'm like, ooh, pecan pie, just doing a little tip tap dance on my tongue dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the glass and there's some caramel on the side of it.
Wow, really?
And they roll it in some pecans.
Wow, really?
So I'm,
Wow, that sounds amazing.
It is a 10 out of 10.
Man, that sounds good.
Raccoon
I like
Man,
the Monday Lounge.
Raccoon Man made me feel good. So
Very
I
nice.
started eating the pecans individually.
Okay.
And then I got a second one where I was a little bit more aggressive towards the caramel pecan side of the glass.
Okay.
On the third one,
Okay.
I was
Just licking the glass?
I was just licking the glass.
Man, what was that tab like?
It was
500?
It was not 5, but it
2?
hurt.
350?
But it was about too
much.
Too much.
It's too much.
It was about 200.
Just over too much. God almighty, Ross.
That could have got you this Oculus headgear, but instead, let's go have a meal.
Right. And you took a guy who doesn't even know the difference between good food and bad food. You could have taken him anywhere.
I wish I had got the Oculus because I did not want to live that life anymore.
Right.
So I started making out with the glass.
Okay,
it started getting real weird. I'm just tongue punching my glass of old fashioned.
Right in front of what probably is the mover and shaker. This place, by the way, is where the ballers in Orlando go to eat.
I'm pretty sure the mayor was right next to me.
Exactly.
And he sees me golluming over
You had the whole
caramel glass.
Had the whole thing in your lips.
It was embarrassing. Maybe that's why he got the second duck. He ate 2 ducks. Who does that for a birthday party?
Who orders 2 entrees when you're not the one paying them? I guess that's when you do it.
No, it's not.
That's a bro thing, isn't it? That's a bro move.
That's a friendship breaker right there.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a wedding and a new AC system. Is he helping you pay for the new AC?
Absolutely.
Good.
No
He should-
chance.
Yeah,
no
when's he
chance.
moving out?
Yeah, exactly.
I think like 6 months.
Really?
Yeah, and speaking of, by the way, this is actually just, oh, man, the fiance might be mad at this.
Uh-oh.
I had sweet, passionate love making last night.
Did you really?
Was she home?
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
All right. And it happened by the bar. It was a little spicy. I took a tug of tequila. She took a tug of tequila. And then we started tugging on each other's feelers.
Okay.
And next thing I know, it's on the dining room table. And it is hot.
Okay.
It is spicy, caliente, cayenne pepper.
Yep. She should be upset for this.
And next thing I know, she enjoyed it.
Okay.
5 stars.
Stop sharing.
It went from Yelp to Yelp.
Stop sharing.
And then the roommate came home?
There are certain things. What?
The roommate came home.
No.
In the middle of arguably the most passionate lovemaking I have ever made, I just hear a honking of a horn. Huh? Roommate's home.
What? Why was there a honking?
Because he was locking his door.
Oh.
So you had time to dismount.
I had time to dismount, but
the Russian judge gave it a 7.
I said it was a little sloppy at the end.
I can't. I have not felt like I was in 9th grade.
Does
this guy sit down on the table to an ass print?
Does the roommate know what he interrupted?
No idea.
Well, success.
You should
You
not
guys
tell
found
him.
out before he
You
did.
should not tell him, and then every time he eats, sit him right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then tell him 2 weeks later, by the way, you're in my bang spot, bro.
Yes.
You enjoyed your raviolis in my bang spot.
Feel that wood. Isn't that smooth wood right there?
Oh, yeah,
really,
slippery.
really get
Like it's
that
been
on
polished.
And here comes the best part. We wake up this morning, and I'm talking to him in the living room, and he just looks at me and goes, "Why are all the chairs not tucked in?" And I went, That's weird. I don't know. Wind.
Strong breeze must have blown them out.
You have dogs. That's always an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were the dogs doing when this was going on?
Well, more importantly,
were they just circling you guys?
How did your fiance react to the wah-wah?
What, the honk?
ending?
Yeah, it was bad.
That had to shut everything down.
We had to, we just called it an intermission.
Right.
And took a little 5-minute breather, grabbed some water.
All right, back at
Went back for dessert.
You can do that, can you? Good for you.
Also, want to point out,
I'll tell you, that's going to end.
To the answer of the question, what were the dogs doing? Staring.
By the way, be kind on the man. He just found out he shrunk a half an inch.
Staring.
They always stare.
And then...
Why do you leave him in the room, dude?
It was the dining room.
I was in the dining room there, Raccoon Man. All right? 2 hours later, I'm out playing a video game. She fell asleep. And I look over, and my big dog has mounted my small dog. And I think to myself, well, where'd you learn that?
Yeah, right. Terrible influence.
You should not be a parent.
I should not be, because I'm still going to do it on the dining room table.
Right, and the kids are going to ask, what happened to the chairs? You have to tell them that wind lie.
It was wind. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed your whiskey ranch dressing pancake mixed drinks.
You have a name for that?
The White American.
That's right, I forgot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super white. Very clumpy. A lot of burn.
It's like Clearwater Beach.
That is your weekly. I will no longer call this drink the White American. We will call it Clearwater Water. That is your Monday Lounge for the Monday Blues. Deb was hacked, and so was my girl.
All right. Very good. 407-916-104. Let's take a little break. Ray Trentley joins us next with a couple good cases. We'll do that right after this.
Tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Secured Roofing and Restoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price.
Stop-and-go traffic continues eastbound on I-4 from U.S. Highway 27 in Polk County to 429. It's also heavy between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. We're seeing westbound delays continue between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road, and it's solid still south on 429 between Sinclair Road and I-4. The beach line's still up to speed. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Autotempest.com. All the cars, one search. When people are looking to buy a car, they visit Autotempest.com. It will save time and shows them all the listings across the country on just one page. Who has time to search every listing on the internet? When they want to find all the cars with just one search, they go online and visit Autotempest.com.
Hey, man, when the big box stores wanted to partner up with the bathroom remodeling company, guess who they chose? That's right, our friends over at Rebath. Here's why. Because they have an incredible reputation. They've been in the residential bathroom remodeling business since 1991. And the big box stores chose Rebath because their franchises have the proper insurance, the proper license. They're dependable. They have standards of performance, which means you're going to get the bathroom you pay for on time every time. That's why the big box stores thought, there's no problem with doing business with Rebath. These guys are straight up, and they'll be straight up for you as well. Their showroom is so easy to find. That way you can see what Rebath is all about. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You'll see some models set up. Those are basically just to show you what the products look like. Natural stone, travertine, marble, cut perfectly, no grout lines. They have everything you need. Tubs, toilets, lighting, tile, cabinetry. It's all right there. And their design team will work hand in hand with you to come up with a design that really complements your house. The entire thing. Guest bathroom, master bath, it doesn't matter. These guys are pros, and they will get you the bathroom of your dreams. They'll do it in 4 to 6 days with their employees and a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. You can't beat them. Book your appointment today and check out the before and afters at rebathmidfla.com.
Celebrate the music you loved listening to all year.
Plus, your favorite artists will take home iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Don't miss our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Watch exclusively on Fox.
Tomorrow night at 8.
Warner Brothers Pictures and J.K. Rowling invite you to return to the magic. Discover the secrets before Harry Potter in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. This April, meet Dumbledore's first army and uncover the secrets that can save the world. April 15th, rated PG-13.
Looking for a smart way to take advantage of your tax refund? Well, turn your check from Uncle Sam into the new-to-you car you deserve at Off Lease Only. Off Lease Only updates their inventory with the best used cars daily. There are no inventory shortages there, just an incredible selection of nearly new cars, all priced thousands under Kelley Blue Book. No haggling, no negotiating, and no hidden fees at Off Lease Only. Just selection, convenience, and value. Financing is available for good and bad credit. Get pre-qualified at offleaseonly.com or take a test drive at the massive state-of-the-art dealership just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy.
A little to the left. Now to the right. Back to the left just a bit. Oh, that's good. Oh, wait. I think it was supposed to go on a different wall.
You're kidding!
Armstrong Air believes that comfort doesn't need to be complicated. We'll help keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Visit ArmstrongAirInc.com and let Armstrong Air deliver the comfort you deserve. Mention this ad for a residential $79 precision AC tune-up. Turn to the experts today with Carrier and Armstrong Air.
Grab your family and watch the 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards Red Carpet Live, presented by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I want to see everybody! Shout out to all who got vaccinated, got your kids vaccinated.
So events like this are safer and just more enjoyable for all.
Live stream the exclusive Red Carpet pre-show March 22nd at 7, 6 Central on iHeartRadio's Facebook and YouTube channel.
Thank you guys so much.
Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov.
To say that we live in testing times right now is an understatement. And literally, we are doing a lot of testing when it comes to COVID. If you've ever been unsure about the results for your home test, or you've run out of free ones due to having to test frequently, you're not alone. Hi, Mario Lopez here from my friends over at the COVID Clinic. And the COVID Clinic offers accurate PCR testing with same-day results. No charge to the patient testing, also available. Need a COVID test? Register now at covidclinic.org. That's covidclinic.org.
At Panera, you can say yes to both of your cravings. We call it You Pick Two. And with over 465 pairings, you'll find a meal sure to satisfy any mood. Are you feeling both fresh and fun? Pick our Fuji apple salad with a new Thai chicken soup. Or maybe you're feeling classic and bold. Pair some creamy mac and cheese with our new Citrus Asian Crunch salad. Pick your perfect pair and order a You Pick Two today. Panera, the familiar made fantastic.
When life-changing events happen, it's important to have somebody there to take the burden off of your shoulders. At those moments, Kramer Law is there for you. If you were involved in a divorce or you're having a dispute with your ex, Kramer Law will be there to take care of you every step of the way. Life-changing events happen. Having a lawyer on your side is the smart move. No matter what the legal issue, we're here for you. Kramer Law, one firm for life.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
Gorgeous gaming, stunning streams, unbelievable bandwidth. Welcome to another Lifestyles of Gagillionaires. Meet the AT&T Fiber customers winning at life with hyper-gig speeds. Say hello to the Walkers, a family of not one but 4 Gagillionaires, each living up their Gagillionaire life at ludicrous internet speed. First up, Anna Walker. She dominates streaming like the matriarch she is. No show ever goes unwatched under her watch.
Next episode.
Next up, Peter Walker. There's no stopping this dad bod from showing up to his virtual workout sessions.
Oh, let's go leg day.
And finally, the Walker twins. They may look alike but couldn't internet more differently. Harry dominates his fellow online gamers while Heather group video chats with friends.
Ooh, nice background filter, Jess.
Live like a Gagillionaire. Get internet that upgrades everything. AT&T Fiber, now with speeds up to 5 gigs.
Limited availability in select areas. Speeds not guaranteed. Single device wired speed. Max 4.7 gig per second. Visit att.com/hypergig for details.
Your favorite radio station. Yeah, this one right here. And thousands more just like it are streaming on the free iHeartRadio app. And now you can talk to them with a single tap. Play any iHeartRadio station and tap the talkback mic on the screen to send your message in seconds. Ooh, and it's True Crime Week. Check our dangerously good lineup, including the new iHeart original podcast, What Happened to Sally Beale. Download the free iHeartRadio app today and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
iHeartRadio. One name in roofing stands on top. Tad Luck.
Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey y'all, I know I'm probably the whole reason Ross is going to get in trouble after the trivia. It's Donna, and I call too much, but I love getting through. I don't care about the prizes even. I just love getting through.
All right.
Thank you, Ross.
Thank you, Ross. Thanks,
Sorry,
Donna.
Ross. Bye.
Bye, Donna. So sweet.
You don't get too many thank yous that get polished off with a sorry.
Yeah, you don't. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I'm Jim, Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well every single Monday around this time. We have our friends over from the TK Law Firm drop by. OneFirmForLife.com. Our good buddy Ray Trenley is here.
Yay! Oh, yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing today?
How you feeling, Killer? You all right?
Whew. Last week was rough, but I survived. Pedialyte kept me through.
What got you?
Are you familiar with norovirus?
Oh, no.
Were you on a cruise? Not safe for work to talk about. I was down and out for the count.
Yeah, that's bad news, dude. And it does not. That's the cruise virus. When you hear people go on cruise ships and you get that is, and it's nasty. It's a 3-day event, and not one of the days is good.
Yeah, but if you have to have it, man, you'd much rather be at home than stuck in one of those little cruise cabins. Oh, imagine that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the worst part was my middle son caught it almost the exact same time I did. So we were alternating. I was trying to, bring the bucket to him, and it was just
man.
It was rough. And then I was out for about 3 days, and about day and a half later, he was fine. He was ready for pizza again. I couldn't do it.
Damn. That is funny because whatever you associate, whatever gets you sick, you associate it with that it could last forever. I told the story 100 times before, but I got sick with crab legs.
Oh.
And even though it wasn't norovirus, I could not even be in a restaurant that was cooking them for probably about 3 years. It was that bad.
Yeah, I've got a similar story about strawberry milkshakes.
I have a similar story with peppermint schnapps.
Mine's Red Bull.
Tequila.
Oh, wow. Look at all you guys. We're the only ones that talk about food. You alcoholics were going the other way. Well, Ray, you always send us over a nice little thing to talk about. And last week, we didn't get to talk, but I did want to go over did you guys talk about this when I was gone? The alimony thing?
No.
Okay, good. I want to bring that back up.
No, it wasn't on the radar yet.
Because when you sent that to me last week, I was like, this is some interesting stuff because Florida is one of the only states that has that lifetime alimony thing, but it looks like that could be changed, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's talk about Jenny Cudd. Tell everybody why they should know the name Jenny Cudd.
Yeah, so I don't know if you all remember her. She was the flower shop owner that, when asked at an interview immediately after the January 6th riots, she said that she would do it all over again. And so allegedly, she was one of the people that was actually responsible for kicking in Nancy Pelosi's door. So there is some damage to government property there. And what we've seen is about 2 weeks ago, we had our first trial to go over not only whether or not somebody was guilty at the riots, but also to talk about what kind of defense they would be proffering, given all the technology. And so the Department of Justice on this one is recommending mandatory jail time. And it's a misdemeanor, which is punishable up to a year. But the Department of Justice, it looks like they're going to take a pretty harsh approach on this one. And so it's going to be the trend, I think, that we're going to see moving forward, especially after we saw that case with the gentleman who was threatening his kids,
Guy Reffitt or whatever.
Yeah, Guy, exactly. So I think we're going to see that as being the trend moving forward with the Department of Justice, because I think they know that the public doesn't have a good feeling about this, and so we'll see. She did actually plead guilty. We're just arguing over the sentencing at this point.
So it says that she would do 75 days in prison.
That's what they're recommending. The Department of Justice is asking for the court to give her 75 days in prison. That's
now
correct.
The max sentence is about a year, plus she has $500 for the restitution and a $100,000 fine. Which I mean, the monetary aspect of it, I bet she'd probably pay twice as much to stay out of jail for 2.5 months. But is the prison thing? Is it because it's a federal crime? So she's going to go to a federal prison, correct?
Correct. Yeah, and the person that she was allegedly kicking the door in with got, I think it was 20 months of probation. So just, you know, in a matter of a few months, the shift from the Department of Justice is, you know, 20 months of probation to you're going to go to jail and then have some probation on the back end.
Right, yeah. And then, of course, we were watching today with the confirmation of, or the confirmation hearings of Ketanji Brown Jackson. They began today. And do you pay close attention to this stuff as an attorney when you see, hearings come up for Supreme Court post or any big posts like that? Do you pay real close attention? And if you do, why?
You know, I'm very interested in it, and it's probably part of the nerdier side of me. I tell everybody there's not a lot that's exciting about being a lawyer, but, you know, the nerdy part of me really enjoys that process and understanding some of the jurisprudence, because these are justices that are going to be there for life, you know, unless they retire early. And so it's really interesting to see, you know, some of the background. Now, these confirmation hearings, at least as of late, have become smear jobs. You know, we saw that with Kavanaugh.
Right.
And my optimism and hope is, regardless of her political affiliation or her political views, that, you know, this is a little bit less of that. You know, this is, I think, a pretty monumental thing for us as a country. She'll be the first Black woman to be on the Supreme Court, should she get confirmed. And I think that's what's exciting to me about this. That's it's really huge, you know?
Yeah, obviously it's being watched all across the world. I mean, I was telling the guys today, I said, this thing's going to get nasty because, like you said, with the Kavanaugh confirmation hearings and others as well, you know, the slinging became a thing. And now I know that Josh Hawley already brought up some cases where it looked like she was possibly not as strong on some child sex charges that she should have been, maybe as when she was a judge, that she went light on that a number of times, not just once or twice. And, of course, that's going to be a sticking point with some Republicans, especially guys like that.
Well, and you know what's interesting? I have a friend of mine who clerked for a federal judge, and one of the things he told me was, you wouldn't believe the child sex crimes, specifically child pornography cases they have. It's like the majority of their dockets sometimes are these cases. And so, you know, for me, the fact that maybe it was 2 or 3 cases, I don't know. But I would be curious as to the specific facts and what type of exculpatory evidence existed. My guess, and this is just a guess, is they probably cooperated with bringing down maybe more people. And that's what we oftentimes see when there's a more lenient punishment. But, you know, it's hard to be politically unpopular when you attack somebody for maybe shielding or protecting child predators.
I mean, I think everybody kind of sees what it is. I mean, I don't know that anybody's really fooled by this maneuver because, like we were talking about earlier, I think she has received very high marks from ranking Republicans across the board. A number of them said she's overqualified for the job and would be a perfect judge, and there's no problem whatsoever. Matter of fact, I think I saw an op-ed on Fox News the other day, calling for her confirmation immediately and for everything else to be set aside because she was very qualified to do the job, regardless of her political affiliation. It wouldn't have mattered one way or the other. She's able to make a decision based on the facts.
Well, and she just went through this process not that long ago. I think when she got appointed as a federal judge was maybe 8 years ago or something like that. So not that long ago. So, you know, it's really interesting to me. I'm hoping for protection of the court and the judicial system in the eyes of the Americans, that this goes a little bit better than Kavanaugh did. But, you know, we'll see, I guess.
Talking to
Still early on.
Talking to Ray Trenley here. You can find him at TK Law Firm, onefirmforlife.com. Is always there to help you out with great advice on a number of different legalities. Let's talk about what I think everybody's going to be very excited about. That is Bill 1796. Ray, you sent this over last week to talk about. And Florida is one of how many states, buddy?
It's about 24 states that have permanent alimony, but most states have adopted some type of statute that limits it severely, right? And so that's really what this is all about. You know, the proponents of it are going to say that this is going to create a more fair system for everybody involved. It's going to limit litigation because it's going to create a framework for how to value and calculate alimony claims. And the biggest knock on it, if you will, from the opponent's side is that it's going to do away with permanent alimony, which in theory has been put in place by the Florida legislature some 60, 70 years ago to protect vulnerable people, maybe spouses who've been unemployed for a majority of their marriage, maybe people that are disabled. And that's the big knock on it, is it's going to be a drastic swing in the law. And there's at least some readings of it that it's going to be retroactive, which means it could apply to old alimony awards. So if you're paying a permanent alimony award from your divorce in 2010, you can come back to court and seek some type of change. So it's going to be pretty big. We'll see what happens with the governor on it.
Yeah, but no restitution on those cases, correct?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah,
so.
they're
You know what? I've litigated a few cases where, specifically on the alimony side, my client is overpaid, and it's really hard to sell to a judge why the person who hasn't worked for 30 years is going to have to shell out $10 or $20 or $30,000 to repay their spouse.
Right. Yeah.
It's hard sell.
So let's run this thing, because I think this is very interesting as it is right now.
Yeah.
If you're married longer than when does the permanent alimony kick in? It's not any marriage, right?
It actually can be any marriage. So we've got these three classes of marriage. You got short-term, moderate-term, and long-term marriages. And generally in a short term, you're not going to see permanent alimony. I've had people argue it. I've done a trial over it, and I've never seen it happen in a short-term marriage. And that's less than 7 years. But then you've got moderate-term marriage, and that's where it gets dangerous, right? So moderate is 7 to 17 years. And when you get to that 15-year mark, 16-year mark, people start asking for permanent alimony. And the idea of permanent alimony is that no other form of alimony will suffice. And so, let's pick a couple that got married and they're 18. They stay married for 20 years. They're 38 now, and the wife has never worked. She's taking care of the children. Maybe she's got some disability. In those cases, people are going to seek lifetime alimony.
Right, yeah.
Until she dies, until the payor dies, or until the spouse gets remarried, which, will probably be never.
Exactly.
Right.
Why with it? So the new program, as I'm reading it here, it says here payments for 50% of the time for a marriage between 3 to 10 years. So I can read that and I look at it, but what does that mean? So that means I only have to pay, or whoever would get it, like you would only have to pay 50% of the time that you were married. Like, let's say I was married 8 years. That means I would have to pay alimony for only 4 years.
You making plans?
Correct.
Jimmy?
No, because it's just real. So if you're married between 10 and 20 years, you pay for 60% of whatever that number is.
Correct.
And then if you are married for longer than 20 years, you're paying 75% amount of that time.
But here's the big thing, and I think this is why it's a good idea, is it puts a cap on it. So what ends up happening on my side of things is you'll get an unreasonable spouse, or you'll get an unreasonable attorney who's looking at making some money off this unfortunate family who's going through a divorce. And they'll say, I'm going to get you $10 million in alimony payable over the term of your life. And lights go off, they get really excited because they have this idea of permanent alimony. So if you live another 40 years at $6,000 a month, this is what you're going to get. And that gets people greedy. And so the good thing about this is you're putting a cap on it. So your best day in court is capped off, which to me helps me as an attorney advise my client, because I can say this is what your exposure is, and it's not going to be, it might be 4 years, but you know what? It might be 40 years.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's huge. And I think from the recipient side, it helps them figure out what their next steps need to be. The idea of taking advantage of somebody else because they're supporting you isn't there. I'm not saying that happens always, but it can happen.
And when you look at this list, I mean, this list is one of those things where, okay, so it's, 50% for a marriage, 3 to 10 years, whatever. And you look at that list but every situation is negotiable though, correct? Because even if you have this list where it says, okay, well, I was married for 9 years, and this thing says I get this or whatever, but then the judge says, well, you've been married for 9 years, but yet you guys make exactly the same amount of money, blah blah blah. That stuff comes into play, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. But, what it does do is it frames the negotiation, right? So, you're never going to agree to something, or at least if I'm your lawyer, I'm not going to let you agree to your worst day in court. Okay. And so what this does is it gives us a tangible worst day in court that we're not guessing. What is a judge going to do here?
Got it. So going in, the worst case scenario, the worst possible thing can happen is that number. We're negotiating down from that.
Correct. Right.
Wow.
And so, right now it's, this idea of what's your ability to pay. And so, the game that happens is, from the payor side of things, they try to, shrink that ability to pay as low as possible. I only got $50 in my pocket. And then on the other side, they want to make that number grow, right? So they're going to say he spends too much money eating out or whatever the case may be. And what that does is it fuels litigation because everything is going to be analyzed.
Everything. And the more contentious the divorce is, the worse that the bigger the microscope looking at those, every single receipt that goes out of that account.
Absolutely. I've had cases where millions of dollars are exchanging hands and one side still wants a little bit more. And from the standpoint of reasonableness and going in front of a judge, judges have a hard time with, understanding how you can't support yourself with millions of dollars.
Right,
So again, it gives us a formula, it gives us a cap. And one of the other things it does, which I don't know if I mentioned it before, is there's a 50-50 presumption of custody in this now that, right now it's been kind of presumed that 50-50 was best for children, but they're going to add that into this law to say that's what you need to start with. And then judges have criteria for which to come off of that. But it's going to be monumental change in the law if it goes through.
Going to pass? What do you think? Got a good chance?
Well, so technically it did pass, but it's supposed to be on its way to the governor. I don't know if it's on his desk now. He has 2 weeks to sign it once it hits his desk. So if conceivably he received it on, the 11th or the 12th, it should be ready for signature today or tomorrow. We'll see. The last 2 times a bill like this has passed, it's been vetoed by the governor. So we'll see what happens here. But I think there's really good reasons for why this should come into play. Yeah. But, there's also pretty staunch opposition.
Well, it'll depend on how much money that opposition donates to that particular campaign fund, I'm sure.
I think you probably hit the nail on the head.
Well, Ray, it's always good hearing from you. That's Friendly Ray Trindley. You can find him at the TK Law Firm, onefirmforlife.com. Offices up in Altamont Springs. Great advice like that. If you're going through a divorce, family issues, anything like that, this law firm can take care of you. Again, that's tklaw.com. You can find him right there in Altamont Springs, onefirmforlife.com. Ray, as always, thanks. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, of course. Good job. 407-916-1041. I thought that there's a possibility a number of our male audience members would like to have that information out there. That's vital information.
Maybe some of our female audience members, too.
I'm guessing that as well. I think that sometimes, though, I think it's understood that most divorce cases hurt the male more than the female. That's kind of accurate?
Are you talking about financially?
Yeah. I think that you hear most guys crying poor mouth because of divorce, not women. I think that may be changing, though.
In situations where the male earns more.
Yeah, I don't know one woman who pays alimony is what I'm saying. I don't know one woman that pays alimony to a man.
Now, how many guys do you know?
Yeah, I know a few of those. But does anybody know an alimony payer as a woman?
No.
I should have been.
Yeah. You should have been paying it?
No, I should have been receiving it.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted nothing from it.
Good for you. Sometimes you got to do that. Break that time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. We have last call and a prize as well. We'll tell you what that is next.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
Good evening. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Brittany Lockley with a look at your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Now tonight, we drop down into the 60s, but mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, we start to see that moisture come back into the area. We're in the mid-80s, but you're going to see that nice mix of sun and clouds. It won't be until Wednesday when the possibility for some severe thunderstorms pops back up. We're declaring that a Fox 35 Storm Alert Day, so make sure that you are weather aware. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Brittany Lockley.
This report is sponsored by Insperity. Insperity, providing HR services for 30-plus years, including access to better benefits and payroll. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
When life-changing events happen, it helps to have an attorney on your side. At those moments, Kramer Law is here to help take the burden off your shoulders. If you've been injured in an auto, truck, or motorcycle accident, Kramer Law is here to take care of you every step of the way. We charge you nothing unless we recover money for you. No matter what the legal issue, we're here to go to bat for you. Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
and Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look! An emu wearing sunglasses!
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Business owners, are you feeling the pressures of running your business? There's a limit to what you can do and still keep your employees engaged. Insperity knows they bring 30 years of HR experience to help you with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance the entire time, giving your employees competitive benefit options. That way you're able to focus on other priorities. Your employees can thrive and your business can grow. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. We're talking full service HR, employee benefits, HR technology. That's Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
My Friday nights usually spent out, but since my friends got Xfinity Internet, Friday nights in are where it's at. Because Xfinity has Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig to power a house full of connected devices all at once. We got our shows streaming, playlists bumping, and games galore. That's gig speed Wi-Fi for every great night in. Can your internet do that? Come on, y'all. The coasters aren't just for decoration.
Learn more about gig speed Wi-Fi and other fast speed options from Xfinity. Get started with 50 megabits per second internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. It's 3/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and Xfi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
Call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired their personal trainer as a caterer.
All right, folks, let's keep this line moving. You there with the tongs. Picking up one Duchess potato at a time will not cut it at my catering table. Drop and give me 50.
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
Okay, this is what we call the wild mushroom and asparagus dip, and press. Come on, let's get those plates above your heads.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
Hey, Orlando business owners, stop overpaying for internet and phone. Switch to Spectrum Business and get Orlando's best deal for small businesses. Get blazing fast internet speeds of 600 megabits per second for just $49.99 a month, and phone for just $19.99 a month. Taxes and fees included. That's faster internet at an incredible price. Other providers don't even come close. Make the switch to Spectrum Business. Visit business.spectrum.com/ultra.
There's never been a better time to forget the stress of life and hit the open road.
Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest new and used Harley-Davidson inventory in Central Florida. World-renowned service departments, free pickup and delivery, and a huge selection of clothing and collectibles. Don't ride yet? Head over to the dealership and register for one of 3 learn-to-ride training options. Orlando Harley-Davidson Historic Factory is located just off I-4. Now is the time to find your freedom. Screw it. Let's ride.
This year full of real radio is brought to you by Clausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Clausman. ClausmanLaw.com.
This is Robert Palmer, president of RP Funding. With home values at an all-time high, it's a great time to turn your home equity into cash and get a closing cost credit from RP Funding. Call 855-773-8634. Terms and conditions apply. We must settle on 68 Equal Housing.
This is about as good as it gets. Like and follow at Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch, if you're into that kind of thing, at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
That's the Zombies. They'll be at the Plaza Live here soon. We have tickets for Last Call. We'll do that here in a few seconds. 3 lines open for Last Call. 407-916-1041. Make it funny. Say something cute. Call back from the show. Whatever the case may be. If you're the best, we'll hold you back and give you those tickets to see the Zombies. Legendary band from the 60s.
Yep. Friday, April 1st at the Plaza Live.
Absolutely. I actually may be there.
Nice. Get your tickets at plazaliveorlando.org.
There you go.
This song is from the 60s.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Right here.
insane.
67 or 68, dude. The height of the hippie movement, the free love movement. That's what was happening when this was going down.
Yeah, that just does
Like
that.
Jimi
sounds,
Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, all those bands were relevant
Yeah.
at this time. I think Hendrix was still alive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just definitely. It sounds like something maybe in the late '80s to
Right.
me.
Grateful Dead. All those bands were the bands that were headlining. Paul Butterfield.
Butterfield.
Yeah, Silver. Something. There's. Yeah. Those are the bands you went to see, and that you could hear. I think that's a Hammond organ. Is that what that is?
Oh, I don't know.
The Hammond B3.
I know. This part reminds me of the Animals.
Yeah, well, that's
There you go.
The
Yeah.
same
Well, see,
instrument.
they give this little musical interlude to allow time for the acid to hit before
Yeah.
they pick the song back up again.
Yeah, I think the Animals were just beginning when this was coming out.
Acid doesn't hit in a couple of minutes, from what I've been told.
Right. So you hear? All right, 3 lines still open. 407-916-1041. We'll get the last call here in 1 second.
But I love that line. What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Oh, yeah. Is he rich like me?
I had a friend one time. He was doing a comedy show at a festival. Guy walked up, put a hit of acid on his tongue. Has never done acid before.
Man.
And then everyone was like, he goes, I mean, what is it, like an hour long?
No, that's
It's like, no, it's more like
That's a
8
that's a-
to 11.
Not cool, bro.
Yeah, it's like a camping trip, bro.
Yeah.
It's a
so
mini
then-
series.
And then he goes, well, it's going to hit soon, right? I'm like, no, you got a while.
Uh-oh.
So,
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I'm going to drive home.
No, bad move.
And he got home before it hit, but then he was just in a dark room.
Yeah. And
for
you tell him
the
never,
whole time.
don't look in the mirror?
Yeah.
Don't look in the mirror.
Whoa.
Yeah, big acid problem.
I think I died 10 years ago.
All right, 407-916-1041. 1 line open for last call. Grab that. We'll get to it in 1 second. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Brandon Kravitz and the friendly Ray Trendley.
That's right, Friendly Ray Trendley,
Yeah.
TK Law. And people are hearing that for the first time. Stephen is, this was part of the plan for TK Law, or for them for a long time. Ray is taking a more management position with them. Will be appearing on the show with us. Stephen will drop in occasionally as well.
Yeah.
But Ray is an awesome attorney. Been with them for 8-9 years. After Stephen started the firm, Ray came on and really started, kind of honing a certain part of it. And this is the natural transition. So we'll be talking to Ray a lot. Good guy, super smart, good attorney as well. We did not have a Twitter poll today, did we?
We did not.
Yeah.
We gave Twitter a break today, but we do invite you to follow us there at Jim Colbert Show and also at Real Radio 1041.
Absolutely. Follow the Real Radio Instagram and Facebook pages, please. That helps us out quite a bit. You can hop over there and do that. It doesn't cost you a nickel. Nobody's going to bother you.
Nope.
We would love that if you could help us out. Again,
But they judge us by it.
They do judge us by it heavily. What's wrong, guys? You're not moving the needle.
Yeah, move the needle.
We're moving that one needle a lot.
Yeah.
How many more needles do you have to move? Because that's the one we're paid to move, and that's something you can't stay pegged more. So we're full up on the lines. Ross, stand up?
Yes, this weekend. It's going down. The 26th, Saturday, Palm Coast. You can get your tickets over on my Instagram page. It's
Very
right
cool.
there. The link is in the bio.
They're going to love you up there, buddy.
If you Google my name and Palm Coast, that's another way of getting tickets. I hope to see you guys out there. I would love to entertain all of our beautiful listeners.
And, of course, this weekend is Deborah's big debut as a dramatic reader, the Vagina Monologues, this Saturday.
There are 16 tickets available for the 10 o'clock show. That is it. The 8 o'clock show is sold out. So 16 tickets left, and someone texted us at 77031 asking about the change of venue. Yes, it is no longer at House on Church Street. It's going to be at the Timucua Arts Foundation, and that's on Summerlin Ave.
Very good. And we'll have a website for you tomorrow where you can check that out. I think it's at Corsets and Cuties.
Eventbrite.com.
Eventbrite.com. You can get your tickets there. I'll be at the 10 o'clock show checking that out. My wife and I are going to go to dinner and then probably have some, love making in the car right before we drop by.
Well, I'm going to do my best then to work
Thank
that
you.
massage
Appreciate that.
material, or that monologue material.
I got my own monologue going if you feel me.
Yeah.
All right.
What the hell is happening?
You guys ready?
All right,
Ready.
Ross, we're having an adult conversation.
All right.
Nico, last call.
Well, I'm on my way to the emergency room because after I did a big old line of Coke on my stand-up dining room table, I had to use the restroom. Tried using my left hand, fell off the toilet, and cut my head on a paper holder.
All right, just hang right there then. Very good. Marsha, last call.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know that the show, the event Friday night at Dr. Phillips Center was wonderful.
What event was that?
It was the America.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay. All
right.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Marsha.
Cool.
Appreciate that very much. Michael, last call.
I am so glad that Ross is back. And guess what, Jim? I was going to jury duty tomorrow, made that call. Guess what? My number was not called.
Oh, man, I would
so
be sad.
sorry for you.
I would be sad.
Me too. I
I'm
want to
happy.
go.
I'm happy for him.
Big T, last
Not
call.
me.
So, Jimmy, I'm starting to see a bit of a trend here. You came in second at the golf tournament, and then at that Chile, well, no, you didn't play.
Listen,
knew.
Bradshaw, you and Bradshaw, is this guy your son?
Nope.
God almighty, the both of you can never say anything positive about me. It's always you lose,
you cut
lose,
him off. He
lose.
didn't even finish.
He's still there. Listen at you laughing,
well,
you
your
big
hair-
dumbass.
Your hair doesn't make it in the
Get
top.
out of here, you.
Oh, come on.
Mark, last call. Take us home.
Thank you, Mark.
You killed it,
Good
Mark.
job, Mark.
Awesome.
Is Mark the winner?
Which one's the winner, Marshall or Michael?
Michael?
Michael sounds good. We'll do that. Michael, you're a winner. Enjoy the zombies. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the news junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, Tom and Dan with the corporate time and our friends from Real Laughs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Monday evening.
Bye.
I don't think so.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality jewelry